That was the Buzzcocks. I'm Russell Brand. We're here in Manchester for Six Music. I'm here with Matt Morgan. He reckons he's in charge of the buttons. I've never seen someone so confounded by machinery. You're right over there, Matt.
Very well.
Oh, yeah, why are you clutching at your own throat in that fashion?
I don't know, itch all over.
Why? It's a horrible thing to do. Itch all over. Is that a ditty?
Yeah, it's a record I'm working on.
I itch all over by Matt Morgan and his viruses. Hello, Cockety Locky, you alright, mate?
Morning. I'm very well, yes, yeah.
It's nice to see you back in pink and everything, all short sleeves.
Thank you, I thought I'd do it, you know. It's still autumn, isn't it? It's not really winter yet.
It's not really.
Some of the summer clothes still work.
I've seen some tabloid coverage delighting in global warming, when it's gone, good on global warming, if it means
Really?
Yeah.
I had a taxi driver who was really excited about it. He thought it was a good thing.
It's not good, we're all gonna die. Oh yeah, but it's lovely weather though, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit worrying ultimately, I suppose. So have you been enjoying it here in Manchester,
I
Trevor?
had a lovely time. It's been a remarkable city. It's wonderful, isn't it, Manchester?
Yeah,
Better than Leicester.
I like it. Don't call, don't offend the people of Leicester. But we were wandering the street 4 o'clock in the morning. He's been wandering the streets.
Why are you wandering the street?
Because you left me and I got confused.
Don't try and say that.
Why are you blaming Matt?
I'm not blaming him, but I couldn't find a taxi and I got confused and lost. It was raining.
You said people were misleading you, giving you erroneous directions.
They gave me all sorts of different directions. I reckon I went round in circles twice. And then I found a cab and the cab driver didn't want to take me.
Really?
Yeah, he said, well, I can't take you there. I've got to go all round here.
Did he just
But he did have sick down himself.
I didn't. The cab driver did.
Trevor had to sit down him. He had his he was dragging his. He had his trousers on one leg. And he was dragging him behind him like a ball and chain of fabric. Trevor Locky. So what we're going to talk about today? Parties. That's the theme of the show.
Yeah, the theme is parties.
Parties. That's a theme.
And also, we'll only be playing music from Manchester.
You're really proud of that, aren't you?
I think it's good. Keep it pure. And the New York Dolls sneaked in there. Imagine them coming from Manchester.
They would have had a very different childhood here, I imagine. But there's loads of bands from Manchester, there's loads of radio from Manchester. This must have happened a lot of times.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think it's original?
No.
I don't think it's original.
I don't.
It seems exciting to us.
I think, perhaps say we did all the bands were not from Manchester, I mean, it's already too late. But, had we taken that stance, that would antagonise the people of Manchester. There'd be no point doing it on such a
And
day.
also, you wouldn't be able to play the Smiths, as you always do.
Yeah, the only real victim would be me, sat here twiddling my thumbs, wondering where Morrissey was. Right, yeah, parties then. We'll talk about parties. You can send us texts, emails, stuff like that. It's a little bit oppressive, the room we're in, isn't it, lads? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Mostly this room is defined by Mark and Lard, who've done their show from here. There's a lot of lad memorabilia and paraphernalia about this sort of like St. George's.
Banjo?
There's a St. George's cross over there, mate.
There's one over there as well.
Which is about 100 times the size of the one I'm pointing out. There's a clanger from that TV series. It's very grey. The ceiling's made out of that stuff, them tiles, where if you go like this, you can sort of knock them out and then loads of stuff falls on your head. And then, there's a tiara, there's a shirt for a Man City player on the wall. Blimey, yeah, so what we need really is lots of upbeat contributions. Manchester, it's the city, lovely. BBC Manchester, this room. Also, I was welcomed by the security lady. She goes, "Are you here for Russell Brown show?" I goes, "Yes, please, thank you, yes, thank you." Thought be polite.
Do you think it would be nicer in here if you had your normal flowers and candles?
I think if it were flowered and candled right up.
I just want flowers.
Just flowers and candles. Matt goes to me, "You're gonna go broke with them flowers and candles." Because no, I won't. I've only got about 3 candles and a bunch of flowers. Because it destroyed Elton John.
Say it like that.
You did.
Elton John nearly went broke, didn't he?
No, mate, he just spent a lot of money on flowers. That's all that happened.
That's what gets you, honestly. That's how they all lose it. Flowers.
Yeah, that's what got Keith Moon in the end, wasn't it?
Was.
His love of candles and flowers done him in. So,
and keeping taxis waiting for 3 hours.
Yeah, I've got to stop that. Yeah, alright, we'll work on that. I was in a candle boutique, I just couldn't decide whether to get one that stunk of lime or sandalwood. It took 3 hours to commit. So yeah, tell us stuff about parties. We done a gig last night here up in Manchester. Good, wasn't it, Trev?
It was all right.
What do you mean, all right?
Well, I was
Why
confused.
so down on everything?
Because I'd got that shampoo reaction.
Trevor thinks he's allergic to his shampoo.
I'm tired of Trevor's excuses.
I am getting
It wasn't an
sick
excuse.
and tired of the... I'm allergic to shampoo.
Very unusual reaction.
Did you drink it?
I didn't drink
Did you mainline it?
No.
What's the problem? Why are you allergic to shampoo?
I mean, I've had funny cigarettes in the past. I don't do that sort of thing now.
No, but remember when you were with your band, what they called Jeremo Jamoosh or
Yeah,
something?
exactly. Yeah,
What were they called?
Jowett.
Jowett.
And he sat smoking aspirin.
No,
Like
yes.
there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, but it was a bit like that. It was like suddenly I was in the shower and massaging my head.
Suddenly you're in the shower?
No, I was in
You
the
just
shower.
lurched into
That
it.
wasn't sudden. I knew how I got in the shower, and I was massaging my follicles with this new shampoo.
Hello, Trevor. Follicles, they better be the ones on your little scalp.
Yes, they were on my scalp, and it was a natural herbal shampoo.
So you couldn't have been allergic to it?
It was invigorating, but I banged.
It was invigorating. No one's saying it didn't bring me vigour. But the downside was I was beleaguered. I was beleaguered and bewildered
He
by it,
claimed
befuddled.
he had a pain in his forehead.
Well, I
from it.
banged my head in the castle the night before.
What's wrong with him? I banged my head in
your
the
head-
castle.
Banged your head a few times lately.
Yeah, I have.
What's going on, Trevor?
Cry for help.
It's like having Trevor, you behave like Stalin and they're running around banging into things. You're out of control. Stop banging your head on
No,
stuff.
but we were in that castle on Friday night.
We
weren't
stayed in a castle.
It was a real castle.
I thought he was...
Henry VIII lived there once for a bit.
I'd like to see the facts on that.
No, definitely.
He's
There
got
was-
his bed.
There was a sketch of him on the wall.
Sketch.
Yeah, not even
bed,
a proper picture.
A sketch of
yeah,
Henry
suit
VIII.
of armour.
Yeah.
What do you
Was there a
want?
suit of armour there?
There was a couple of suits of
Why are
armour.
you staying in places like
You
that?
could have come. Why
Yeah.
don't you come?
You should
Where
come
was
on.
it?
Cheltenham.
Cheltenham Castle.
Henry VIII.
Cheltenham.
He visited.
It wasn't.
He was on a
Cheltenham.
journey to do a war.
Yeah, it was just outside Cheltenham.
You've been mugged off.
There was a picture of him having a chicken drumstick. Oh, rom, he went. He had a time of his life there. He had a bargain bucket. He had a lovely time in Cheltenham. He's Henry VIII. He was.
Anyway, I banged my head there. Then I was in the shower putting the shampoo on it, and it felt like there was a little cut there that I hadn't
You think,
noticed. And
right.
I reckon the shampoo went
Went
in
into
there.
blood, right?
Oh, you poor man.
Got into
You're
my
probably insane in the
sinuses.
membrane, Trev.
No,
Sounds like you're insane in the membrane. If I was a betting man, I'd say that's what's wrong with you.
You sound like a worse hypochondriac than me.
And that's not easily achieved. Him spending thousands down Harley Street. And like Burlington Bertie, great big wad of green.
I'm never going there again. I've already cancelled an appointment.
Have you?
Well, when I saw the prices,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
I think it's alright. Listen, we're meant to be discussing parties, not used to jabbering on about your minor health complaints.
Go on then, give us a party anecdote.
When I was a lad, I went to a party. No one else there was adults, just children. I was a child as well. Thinking back, when you're only 7, you're much more little than you are now. That's one of the facts that people fail to point out about life. Less long I was just like I am now. Imagine you're only half as big and you can't take responsibility for yourself.
And with no beard.
No beard. You cannot grow one. I never shaved, and I had less hair then than now. It's inconceivable, really.
is that
Eerie.
where the legend of the giants comes from?
What, do you think that the legend of the giants comes from children going, bloody hell, look how huge
Yeah, I think that's
everyone
what it
is?
is. I think.
No.
What do you think the legend of the
You think there
giants
really
is?
were giants?
Yeah.
Matthew.
Hold on.
There aren't
They were,
giants.
yeah, tall people. That's all
You
it
think the
means.
legend of the giants comes from the tall?
There was races of very tall people that have died
How
out.
tall?
Well, there's lots of myths in Cornwall about giants.
Oh, don't go on about Cornwall again.
Well, you know,
I think
after my cultural review, there's nothing left to say. Really.
I think Cornwall now.
You missed out the giant people in your review of Cornwall.
Yeah.
He's given us the definitive view of Cornwall. I remember, this is some party experiences from my childhood. Once I had a party and I was young and like my mum...
This is your party.
Yeah, it's my party. I didn't ever like it when there was a party at my house. It made me, it unsettled me, it made me nervous. I didn't like the pressure.
Surely it was there to cheer you up.
No. I didn't like parties. I don't like Christmas or birthdays. I don't like things where it's designated fun time.
I
feel
understand.
pressure.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
it's New Year's Eve, right, enjoy life. I feel I'm happier a Tuesday afternoon in the car park.
Absolutely.
I feel more of a sense
Yeah.
of happiness there.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't wait till Tuesday. I'm going to have a little lurk. And then, like, my birthday cake that year, it was a teddy bear with a ribbon round its neck, right?
What an ungrateful little wretch. I had a terrible time.
It was like hell, really, looking back. I'm not complaining about the teddy bear.
My cake that year was a teddy bear, which was highly unoriginal.
Derivative, lazy choice for a cake. Anyway, he had a ribbon round his neck, and they got candles all on it. The ribbon, so they were saying happy birthday. Then people what was round there, other little people.
Your friends?
That's them, friends.
Yeah.
Like the candles ignited the ribbon.
Spontaneously.
I mean, I suppose initially it was spontaneous. I hope it weren't premeditated, Trev. That would make my birthday seem like even more of a sham. It became inflamed, and then like the teddy was engulfed in fire, all burning, while singing Happy Birthday, all melted, all its face melting, and just its eyes remaining, peering out as the icing dripped down its face. Horrible, staring, evil thing. While people went, Happy Birthday to you. All these flames licked higher and higher. It's horrible. I went in the garden, then my dad turned up with a load of silly spray. Whoa, Russell, my son, yeah, happy birthday. And then he cleared off again. I was all excited and confused and baffled. And yeah, I think I was 5 or something. It freaked me out. I never got used to it. And parties, I have a strange time. And then another time I went to, when I was still a little child, I went to another person's birthday, and
do you think you're at the psychiatrist's or something?
I just need a glass of water. I'm confused about how I feel about my mummy. Why are you wearing that nightie?
Go on then.
Yeah, so I went round this party, and this lad said I ruined his party because, like, I think I was behaving how drunk people behave when they're adults. I was just romping around, got in the swimming. There was like a paddling pool, got in that, sort of knocked around in that a bit, and everyone sort of act like I remember thinking you were great at that party. I remember thinking that I was really brilliant. I really brought some joy and life to it. But retrospectively, Ben Nicholson was no longer my friend.
But did he tell you? He said you were bad at my party.
He goes, "I'm not friends with you because you ruined my birthday."
How old was he?
6 or 7.
And did you ask him how did I?
I didn't know how to research it, Trev. I just reacted emotionally.
That's terrible.
I know it was hard. It was hard, but you know we've fought on through it.
Yeah.
We've all. What about? Come on, then. Either of you two must have some sort of party story. It don't have to be from your childhood. It could be any party stories. Have you? You thought a theme, Morgan.
I know. Well,
so you should have at least one anecdote.
What about that party you threw in Brick Lane?
What happened?
I think we've talked about that once or twice.
What was that? What that New Year's Eve one? Where it was
No.
us and our girlfriends.
What was that?
Tragic event. It was New Year's Eve. Your girlfriend Kat, my girlfriend Amanda. I think I was still on drugs.
God,
it was just
awful.
the 4 of us. My girlfriend tried to get off with your girlfriend. Me and him just sat around, thoroughly depressed, listening to Tricky.
That was awful.
That was a bleak day living in Brick
And your
Lane.
girlfriend was Spanish, and she said there was a custom of eating 12 grapes.
Yeah, we had
but
to
we
eat
didn't
these
have
12
any grapes, so we had to eat.
M&M's or Skittles. Skittles. Oh, it was awful.
dear.
You made that worse than it would have been.
Ow!
I've been a drug addict.
My drugged up behaviour certainly brought an air of joy to the proceedings.
Yeah,
it was a
that was
tragic, awful event. What party that I had? What other party that I had in Brick Lane?
That one where homeless James came.
I had a homeless person at a party.
Pearly Pole, it was called.
Oh, right,
the
yeah.
party.
That was an awful event. It was named after one of the prostitutes Jack the Ripper murdered, and it went downhill from there.
He threw a party, tried to do stand-up, forgot to use the mic, no one could hear him. It's just a man on a...
everywhere, homeless people loose. It was a terrible, terrible event.
And this hip-hop group that Russell... I was going to rap today as well, actually, Russell.
I'll be dropping some rhymes a bit later in the show.
He used to hang around with this band. Yeah.
Joint Squad, they were a
called,
collective.
They were called the Munch Bunch. Or
They were
something.
called the Joint Squad. Don't, please, Matt, do not undermine the Joint
Where
Squad.
have they gone now?
I don't know where the Joint Squad are. I moved house. They
You
was
were in love with
Hackney
them.
at the top of their lungs. They were, I liked Joint Squad.
Every opportunity, but I know these rappers. They're really good. They weren't. Never
they
actually
were
saw
good.
them rap.
They rapped, mate. They rapped around my house once. We all
Did they?
sat and had a bloody good rap. A lot of us. Lovely lads. They were quite intense, weren't they? Don't you remember?
They were intimidating. That's why you like them.
I liked them because they was intimidating. I've got these lads, they're very intimidating. I was come out in a dressing gown. Right, I've brought these boys around Matthew, they're the butch now. I've got one of them to shout a swear word at me. I just got into it. Trevor, come on, you must have done stupid things at parties, putting your boot through ceilings and whatnot.
The thing about parties, like you pointed, don't do that.
All right.
I'm just started. It's social awkwardness, isn't it? Because you don't know how to behave. It's a public thing, and you're supposed to be happy at a party, aren't you?
Yes, you are supposed to. It's bad when you're miserable at a party. Crying person at a party, that's the person you least respect at a party. That girl crying on the stairs.
Or what if it's you?
No time for her.
You know.
Oh, I went to a lock and key party. That's why they've got parties as a thing.
That's it.
Oh, Matt, you've undermined the great big punchline moment, the glorious reveal of when Matt goes, my cultural review, I went to a lock and key party. That's going to be a good, glorious moment.
Since we talked about it last week,
Go on then, Trev. Let's build to that. I'm intrigued to know what happened. Go on then, Lockie.
Well, the first one I went to was a tea party. I think that's at 4 years old. My mum invited Katie Clark and her mum. They came up the hill to my house to
come up the hill? Did you live in a nursery rhyme?
we lived at the top of the hill and they lived halfway down it. Yeah. And the Grand Old Duke of York, he was at the bottom. And I had to go to school. And
what, during the party?
No,
it's bad scheduling.
I was 4 years old and I was about to go to school, and my mum wasn't going to take me to school.
Did you look exactly like you do now, but littler?
No, probably.
Like glasses and a little
didn't have
tie on.
Glasses then. And Mum didn't take me to school, so I was going to go to school with Katie and her mum. And so Mum invited. Don't! I'm setting the scene.
It's a long
scene. It's a very
scene.
dull scene. Can you imagine? My mum couldn't take me to school, so I was going to go with Katie and her mum.
Oh no!
Crazy days.
Right, that's it. Well,
Come on, let's let him come on, let's hear him out.
All that happened is that they turned up and I was so excited at seeing someone else in the house that I put on my pyjamas over my normal clothes.
That was the way you celebrate things, was it?
I didn't know what to do. I thought, crikey, there's people here. She's a young person like me. She's a bit older than me. And I went into my
Who
bedroom,
are you, Rapunzel?
And I put on my pyjama bottoms over my trousers, and then I put on my pyjama top over my t-shirt, and I came back in and just sort of danced in front of them. And
extraordinary way to carry on, Trevor.
Yeah, I know. It was because it was social stress. I didn't know what to do.
The social stress of it. You've just assumed put on your pyjamas over your clothes.
I thought you've got to do something here.
Clutching at straws.
I was clutching at straws, and I went for the pyjama option.
Perhaps you have had party mishaps like Cockatoo Trevor Lockie. Perhaps you, like Matt Morgan, have been reduced to going to a lock and key party to recruit lovers. If you have, text us on 64046 or email russell.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk. Text us, get in touch with us. We'll probably ring up some people later. We've got some lovely music coming up in this show. Trev's Nat Klaus Nomi into the order. But now, why don't we have a little listen to James with Sometimes? Give us a call, give us a bell. We've got Matt's Cultural Review coming up, Trevor Locke, Sonic, Enigma. We might give G a bell in London. No, it's cool, Noel Gallagher. We're in London. He's listening.
We're in Manchester.
Sarah's birthday. What?
You said we're in London. We're in Manchester.
I said Manchester.
He's in London. Manchester.
He's in London.
Oh, right, okay.
Once we were in Leicester.
We've been all different places. But anyway, whoa, imagine the building momentum. Momentum building as we go into a record. This is the momentum.
Bam!
Bam! That were James Sometimes.
That's such a good song.
It's uplifting. And I've turned on all these fluorescent lights in here.
I don't like it in here.
It's good with all these fluorescent lights on. It's made us feel much more upbeat. We're talking about parties and that. You can get involved if you like. We've got some questions here. What's this question? Oh, this is for all three of you. Matt, what was your first homosexual experience? That's from Paul Cotter.
Well, it was years ago.
Hard for you to remember now, isn't it? I bet you've saved the £5, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll keep the money. It's framed.
Matt's not had a homosexual experience, have you?
No.
What about you, Trev?
Sort of.
Come on then.
Tried to do it just for a dare, just to see what would happen.
Yeah, what did you do?
Well, you know, I can't talk about it on air on a Sunday morning.
Were you wearing clothes?
No, you can't do a homosexual experience if you're fully clothed.
Right, so it's proper, you went for it?
Well, couldn't do it, you know, the old biology kicked in.
I see.
But it was, you know, you had to, it was an experiment. It was an experiment. I can't say his name.
They took you to school that morning.
No, it was at university.
Good lad, fair enough, Trev. That's very broad-minded of you.
What about you, Russ?
I once diddled someone in a lavvy, didn't I, for a television programme.
Stop going on about it.
What do you mean going on about it?
You're trying to sweep it under the carpet to move forward.
Let's get it out from under that carpet.
Who's that question from? Oh, look, from Russell Brand.
It's from Paul Cotter, from Reading, as a matter of fact. What is your... Charlotte Bond of Leicester wants to know, what is your favourite diva moment from Russ? I always remember the story of Russ's PA getting him the wrong pants in Edinburgh.
That's funny,
yeah.
Have you got a favourite diva moment?
What, from your life?
Yeah.
There's so many, really, isn't there?
It's not that many. I'm quite nice.
No, there's quite a few diva moments.
I bet you can't think of none, though. I bet you can't think of a moment when I've done...
I remember at MTV, not that long ago, when you said you wouldn't get into a car unless it was a Mercedes.
Oh yeah, that was a bit bullshit. No, that's just the same way. I think, who is it? Who is it? Is it Metallica? whenever they go.
You're always
It's
going on about
Spinal
this,
Tap.
and I don't think
It's not
right.
Spinal Tap. It's definitely someone. Right, you can tell us this if you know.
Liza Minnelli.
It's a big sort of heavy metal-ish type band. I think American. They insist that a certain colour of M&Ms are removed, and that's sort of entered into sort of rock mythology. But the reason they do that is because they know when they arrive in their dressing room, if they've took out all the blue M&Ms are gone, that means they don't have to worry about the insurance. They know that the hotel will be all right. 'Cause that means that people are reading their contracts properly.
Stupid.
It's true. That's what it is. Someone's explained it to me.
That is like, the M&Ms have been sorted, that means everything else is getting done. But
Yeah.
actually it means nothing else is getting done because people are having to sit around and sort out M&Ms.
It's not my system. I didn't invent the system. I just read about it, and that is actually what it is. Someone will confirm that. I'm sure it will just come from some book or something. Now, what would you three do, says Cat from Sheffield, if you found a Stigger the Dump? Well, I did once, and I gave him job running the desk on a radio show.
How dare you. What's that mean? A bloke living wild?
A prehistoric bloke. Imagine that. You found a Neanderthal man.
Just, I don't know.
I'd keep him.
Yeah.
I'd shave him up. All nice.
Teach him stuff.
Teach him the ways of the world, the modern world. First of all, teach him language. Hello, alright? Sighting. Stuff like that. Then, well, send him round to Trev's for a fumbling, awkward homosexual experience.
Stop it. No,
Most likely.
What a weird question.
It'd be good as a butler,
I
wouldn't
think
it?
it's a good question from Cat from Sheffield.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting inquiry. I used to live next door to you and babysit. My name's Donna. Donna from Norfolk. Bloody hell,
To
aren't
who?
you? Me. And I used to babysit for you. This is a question for me. It's not really a question. Do you remember I used to live next door to you and babysit? My name's Donna. Yeah, I do remember. I remember a lot of babysitters coming round my house.
Yeah.
It's weird, wasn't it? They all smelt smoke and their boyfriends came round
Their
later.
boyfriends come round later. It awakens your sexuality, the experience of
does.
babysitting.
But you don't
In
have
your
any children.
pyjamas.
She was babysitting for me, Trev.
Oh, I see,
I
yeah.
was I was the baby.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't like the one that needed a sitter. Yeah.
It was good though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I used to
liked
think
them.
I had a chance with them.
So did I.
When I was about 7, I used to think that they were probably only 17 or something.
thought I'll be able to win
Just
them
think,
round.
she fancies me.
Get a little bit. Yeah.
It's funny being that age.
Get her going.
That's good, that is, to have that confidence at the age of 7, isn't it?
It is. It's a ridiculous and ludicrous arrogance, really. Right, okay. Now, what we're going to do later on the show, we're going to be talking more about parties, party experiences. We'll give Noel Gallagher a bell, Trev Sonic Enigma, Matt's cultural review about him perfing his way around a lock and key party.
No.
Yes, yes.
I was sent there and I did the research.
You sent yourself there.
You sent yourself. He's always
didn't.
trying to make his
Adam sent
crowbar
me there.
things in. His
Producer sent me there.
trying to make his cultural review things where he can pick up chicks. It's despicable to watch it unfold. Right, so we're gonna have a little listen to what's going on in this bloody world of ours. Right, it'll be Catherine Cracknell now.
Is it Catherine Cracknell?
Of course it is. She's in
Sometimes
charge
it's
of
not.
those. We always have Catherine Cracknell. Now, come on, what should we make her say?
It's not her because we spoke to her last week and she said it won't be her.
Right, person who's doing news, you have to get a word in. Oh, you have to do our bidding. What can be the word they get in? Boobaloo. You have to go, boobaloo, here's the news. And they have to get a word in for us. They have to get a word in. Come on, think of a word they can slip in. Spades. Spades. Can't they slip the word spades in? Because they could go, there's been spades of events around the world.
Doesn't make sense.
Right, the
Buckets.
buckets.
Hopping.
Hopping. Right, now please get the word hopping into the news. That means that we'll all stay listening all intently while you're doing it. It creates an unbelievable area of excitement. So, person who's doing the news, not Catherine Cracknell, we will give you our patronage, but for that, what do we want you to say the word hopping or
Hopping.
buckets? Give her two options.
Hopping or buckets.
Hopping's
or-
easier.
Hopping is easier.
If
Go
you
on then,
get
let-
buckets in, I mean, that's a bonus point.
That's a bonus. That's bonus
yeah,
news.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
we're
there's
into
more
the
on it,
we're through the looking glass if
Yeah,
that happens.
exactly.
Right, okay, with no more further hullabaloo, stay with us afterwards. We'll have a little record and we'll be back to showing off. But before that, it's a little show we like to call The News. That was Morrissey. I believe he is from the region of Manchester. Nicely, I've got a book here about Morrissey's Manchester. Where is it? I put it down somewhere. It says places of significance to Morrissey. We could go on a night. Here, after the show, we'll go on a tour. What about that? We could go to places where Morrissey sat still,
want
stood
to
up,
do that.
moved around, picked himself. Come on, join in. What's wrong with
It's
you?
pointless, isn't it? Doing a tour of things and we go, oh, here's Morrissey's first house, here's this, here's that.
What is pointless about
Well,
that?
actually, it's pointless because I don't really care.
Yeah, you'd like it if it. Who would you like it if it was Peter Sutcliffe? You'd be interested, wouldn't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Well,
I'd like to go to Seattle and do the Nirvana tour.
Is there a Nirvana tour?
Probably.
There must be one.
There must be one.
Here's where Kurt. It'll be an awful thing. It'll be heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah.
This is from Ben. I want to know who invented the party. Do you know? Was it the Romans? They invented a lot of things, them
That's
Romans.
parties, didn't they?
It would have been the Babylonians.
The Babylonians would
The
have done it.
Babylonians, yeah.
Trevor, I find it very hard to take you seriously when you're sat there in your little bowler hat.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor's wearing a bowler
I'll
hat.
take it off, sir.
We were all drooged up all nice for a little while, but you cannot wear the hats
You
and
can't,
wear
no.
these
No.
headphones that we are forced to wear. I don't know, like, but Romans did have parties. Apparently they were quite saucy.
They were.
What went on?
Bacchanalians.
Bacchanalian revelry. Bacchanalian, that's Greek though, ain't it?
Yeah, but they got it for... Well,
They
are.
nicked it.
They are, so it would have been
Even
the
that
Greeks.
they nicked off the Greeks.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Everything.
Best parties, Heather in Brighton, she goes, number one, got an invite, went along in a bad mood, then got dressed up as the lady in Blade Runner, had a really good time. My son's birthday party was good, we had a Dalek cake, but then the dog Florence ate half of it and it was not good to her. Saw you in Brighton last week, laughed and laughed and laughed. Thanks, Heather, near Brighton. Dalek cake. Nice, imaginative. Not like that horrific teddy bear cake. That inferno bear cake tearing its way into my psyche. Bloody thing. So, Trevor, like you were about to boast about having been to some party as a lad.
No, I'm just thinking about, you know, when you're younger, parties are quite exciting, aren't they? And it's difficult to get into them sometimes, isn't it? You know, do you know, remember that when it's a exciting party?
Doorman and stuff.
Yeah, you know, and you haven't been invited.
What? Just crashing into parties?
Yeah, it's, you know, when you're, like, I remember once when I went to the Edinburgh Festival, I had to pretend to be Leonardo DiCaprio's younger brother.
How did that get on?
Well, it got me into the party.
You goes, hello, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio's younger brother.
No, people mistook me and I went with it.
Well, they goes, you must be Leonardo. Why would they make that
Because
assumption
it was
about
some
anyone?
sort of thing, and apparently there was a rumour that his brother
some
was
sort of thing.
was there.
Oh, really?
So-
Russell used to do that. I think we mentioned that before. He used to phone up. He wanted to go somewhere that night, he'd phone up and be his own agent.
Oh,
Go,
yeah.
But they'd go really over the top. I could have just phoned up and go, oh, hello, I'm Russell Brand's agent. I just want to get him on the guest list for tonight. Go, hello! What was his name, that bloke?
I'm Zach Stardust.
It was so stupid.
I'm calling on behalf of Russell Brand. He wants to come to your lap dancing joint.
It
He's
was
not wearing the
lap
correct
dancing joint.
shoes. Let him in anyways.
Remember we went to that first night of a lap dancing club and Dave Courtney was there, loads of gangsters and stuff.
That was horrible.
We got thrown out.
Why were we thrown out? It was all full of gangsters and they throw us out.
A girl came over, a dancing girl. I hated it. It was really
Dancing
embarrassing. These girls come over and they talk to you and you think, oh, she likes me. Then they
she
go,
goes,
do you want me to
50 quid.
dance? Yeah, they want some money
did
for
you
nothing.
expect?
I
Yeah,
know.
it's the nature of the couple.
He caused a big problem. We
How?
got thrown out.
I didn't cause a problem. I
Some
was
girl
alive
ran
and
over to him,
soul.
grabbed his hand and dragged him off to, and she did a dance for him. And he thought that was just because she liked him.
Well, and then she wanted money.
And
I
she
goes,
demanded
"Right, pay
money.
for
Don't
that."
you remember it?
No, no memory of this
Oh, the
event.
bouncer
Except
goss.
Dave Courtney.
Dave Courtney was there.
Who's Dave Courtney?
He was a sort of a gangster that's become a television celebrity as a result of being a gangster, but would still kill us if we were rude about him.
Yeah, and it was awful. And we got thrown out by the bouncers who knew what they were doing, and it wasn't like they would have beaten us up, and he was still arguing with them. I was going, Russell, let's just go. Come on, please, let's go.
I was being bolshy, was I?
Yeah.
Well, so they'd done a dance, and she goes, come on, that costs money for that.
Yeah. She was going, give me my money, really screaming at you. Then we were at the door, and she was going, don't let them leave, they owe me money. And the bouncer goes, what happened? And I said, look, she did a dance, but, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he went, no, you got to pay her. And then Russell was going, I'm not going to pay her. Well, you can't make me. He was going, I can make you, and I will. And he was like, fronting up to you.
Oh dear, what an unsavoury event.
It was
Thank
funny.
God we live a better life now that we've become sort of like monk type fellas,
I
ain't
don't
we?
even know why we were there.
Why were we even there? Probably because there was a lap dancing club opening. Probably the
that's
lure
right.
of the word lap dance.
No, it was when we were friends with that lap dancer woman.
Oh yeah, God, that was a silly business when we tried to bring up a lad for a weekend. But I ended up weeing on the coals in the sauna to impress him.
And it
I
stunk.
thought that if he was a 10-year-old lad and he's in a sauna, I thought, yeah, what'll impress this 10-year-old? Because now you're meant to put water on the sauna. I thought, we on it. The 10-year-old's going to think that's hilarious. I was like, oh, you're like this, mate, and weed all over the coals of the sauna. He went, that's disgusting. I'm going to get my mum. All this
Russell tried to
aroma of weed came
buy
up.
the kid's friendship by being an idiot. the little kid goes, Russell goes, I'll buy you anything, what do you want? He goes, I want a lighter. And
got
Russell
him
bought
one.
him a lighter.
And grenade shaped. Got me sounding
Stupid.
like.
He weed on the coals in the sauna. It stunk. It was disgusting. It was the worst smell I've ever smelt. and
It
it
was
filled
all
up the
wee
whole
fumes.
like swimming pool area.
It was retrospectively, it was foolish of me to have done
In
that.
what world would that have been a nice thing to do to a 10-year-old boy?
He goes, "Here, you like this? Watch this." And there was a
Say watch
there was
it.
a moment.
It wasn't the visual spectacle.
It's
Matt,
gonna be in
I
the
wanted
paper
to be
now.
into.
But
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But when? I mean, what is there that you can pee on that would enhance any atmosphere?
Oh come on, Trev. Don't be so
Hold on a
close-minded.
minute. A corpse. No. Okay,
There's
there must be a
nothing.
puppet.
There's nothing.
Imagine there's a puppet and it was all going, "Hey, you have got your car keys," and you went, "Yeah, well, cop that, mate," and weed on it.
no,
You'd
it's-
win.
it's still brought
all
the
right,
atmosphere down.
I think it's still. I think Coles was quite funny.
There was a brief moment.
Brief
of,
moment.
Oh, this is quite funny, and then there's the acrid smell of drug addicts' urine being burnt.
Then the vibe started to sour. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
No, if you were writing your name in the snow, then maybe you might have been impressed.
It's going to take a lot of control, actually.
Exactly. That's
Well, you
impressive
mean
to a
to be
10-year-old
a-
child, because, you know, you've probably got more wee in your bladder.
Thinking about it,
He
the
could
whole
have-
idea of impressing 10-year-olds with weed is
flawed.
at the very best amoral.
You gave him a rat, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did
Do you remember
give him
your
a
mad
a
rats?
literal rat. Yeah, I had a rat. It was annoying.
Was it alive?
Yeah,
Oh, that's all right.
I give him it. They used to eat my
In a
clothes.
cage, in a crisp packet.
I just give him in a skip bag. Other crisps are available. Just put him in this bag. Oh yeah, I have that. No, I give him it in a cage. He liked it.
A lighter, a rat, a lung full of urine.
That's the Russell Brand
You're
experience.
like Father Christmas.
Ho ho ho! My best friends just found out her uncle and aunt were swingers back in the day. Now she has social stress, says Fee in Bethnal Green. I don't think I'd be a
I
swinger.
don't understand swinging.
me neither. It's very confusing.
Because on the occasions when you do see a man in the nude, it's upsetting, isn't
When
it?
I went to that orgy and this couple came on to me a bit, and I didn't realise what was happening, and the bloke
What
goes
did
to
you
me,
think was happening?
because I just thought they were talking to me, and he goes to me,
Silly boy.
"What? Oh, hi, what are you into?" And I went, "Oh, some music and stuff." I didn't know what they meant.
You silly sod. They mean now you're a receiver, a taker. Do you like being hurt?
Those aren't the right words.
I don't know. I'm not a member of the S&M community.
He calls himself a swinger on MySpace.
He does. Trev, don't drag.
You call
content
yourself
back
a
to
woman on MySpace?
No, I don't.
a lesbian.
That's
I think
right,
to be.
yes,
yes.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, what does that mean?
Well, I'm a swinger, but I don't. What do you, yeah, well, it
Because it means so many things, swinger, doesn't it?
means wife swapper, doesn't it? But
Is that what you are?
I just think I'm a good time boy.
Someone needs our advice, lads.
Okay.
Hi, Russell, Matt and Trevor, says Lewis and Tomono. They're in, listen to us in Japan. Imagine
Lewis.
that. They're Lewis. They're in Japan. I'm listening to you from my home in Japan. Great show. There's an extra R there and I am obliged to pronounce it. Thanks. My lovely wife Tomono and I are moving back to the UK at the end of the year for a new life after 7 years in Kobe, Japan. Can you tell us what's great about Britain these days and how to get excited about coming back? We'll get you something cool from Japan's. What do you want? Ninja stars? Dried octopus with cheese? Can we draw? Yeah, all of those.
I want
things.
nunchuckers.
I want nunchuckers. Look at him, quick as a flash,
that
like an
mean?
8-year-old. I want nunchuckers.
What's
I want
that?
nunchuckers.
You don't want nunchuckers on?
Sort of like Oriental fighting stick things, like two sticks joined by a chain, whoosh them about a bit, knock someone
do you
square on the
want
body.
them for?
Matt, do you want to stop building your identity around fighting? I hear that last night you was there about 5 occasions where one where you're miming their butt, another bit where you're telling him to beat up Adam, our producer. The whole thing.
What?
Well, you were chatting up his bird, Adam, apparently. What on earth? Well, look, stop fighting all the
What are
time.
you talking about?
Well, last night, Trev was chatting up a bird, then Adam came over trying to chat her up, and Matt stood on the dance floor and went, knock him out, put him on his back.
What are you
then
talking
another
about?
bit, these are events from last night. Then another bit, then
headbutt bit was the
Ian
funniest bit.
Coburn headbutted you or something, and he said every time he looked at you, you were miming some fight move.
Yeah, it was.
That's not true.
You did a headbutt thing.
Apparently it
Ian
is.
Coburn headbutted me.
Yeah, you did it. Well,
Ian Coburn is the promoter of our live shows, because we're in Manchester,
Oh,
because
well, when he
doing
was trying
stand-up
to-
comedy up here.
He was talking to me and he headbutted me by accident.
Yeah.
We've done comedy.
I've had about 2 hours sleep.
Well, that's no reason to go staggering around like Chuck Norris. Now, so we're up here, yeah, because we did a gig at the Dance House Theatre last night. Tonight we're at the Palace Theatre. God knows what Adam will be up to tonight, our producer. So,
home. I don't know what he's talking about.
ninja, right, so what do we fancy? Ninjas, you want nunchuckers? I'd like ninja stars. Presumably those are those throwing
That's
stars.
dangerous.
I'll be good with those. You know me. I've got incredible pinpoint vision when it comes to things like throwing stars. Dried octopus and cheese, yeah, get them, because you'll probably eat those, won't you, Matthew?
I'll do anything.
I want
don't-
wet
Often
beef.
wheat.
Yeah, go on.
Wet beef.
You want wet beef?
Yeah,
that sounds disgusting.
It's thin, sliced wet beef.
Beef as it is, thin wet beef.
They won't be
very
allowed to bring
fresh.
food, will they?
They will, because people have brought it back from me before.
What do you mean they smuggled it?
No, they're allowed to. It comes in
Can you
sealed
imagine
packets.
smuggled wet beef, Trev? Where are you going to hide the wet
I've
beef?
had it, mate. It's delicious.
Where did you? How did you? What was that wet beef doing in transit?
Can't you get? I don't want them, but you can get schoolgirl knickers from a vending.
Why are you
machine.
asking them?
In a vending machine, because that's
Schoolgirl knickers in a vending machine.
that's right.
That's a terrible.
No,
evening.
no.
They're not from a real schoolgirl anyway. I'm sure
Honestly,
it just says schoolgirl.
There's a big business for it
Why
in
would you want
Japan.
schoolgirls knickers?
Because
for?
you're a Japanese businessman.
I'm not though.
I know
Trev.
you're not.
I'm not involved in business. I've never
Not
been.
even a little bit.
All right, I'm a bit Japanese and a bit of a businessman.
We have got a business. We've got a production company.
That's
which
true.
is being driven into the ground by you and your flowers and taxis.
Our production company is flourishing. We've got numerous projects on the go. We're doing well. Business has never looked brighter. Television programmes, radio shows.
The taxi driver phoned me up and goes, "Oh, hello. I've been waiting for you outside for 3 hours." I said, "Oh, hang on. Who are?" He goes, "Are you Russell?" I said, No, you've got the wrong number." 3 hours?
I was doing an edit for a television DVD that's coming out soon. Our DVD's coming out 20th of November. It's got me, Matt, and
Is that when
Trev
it comes
doing an
out?
interview. 20th of November, yeah.
That's quite soon.
On the 2nd of November, we're doing that thing with Noel Gallagher in London at Coco. Loads of good things happening, but look, we've got to solve the problem for
What's their problem?
Lewis and Timono. Right, well, we want all of those gifts you suggested. Death Stars,
What is their problem?
That's their
nunchuckers.
problem. What to get us?
Oh, hold on. One more thing. The father-in-law's coming around soon, and I'm going to have to explain our plans to him. I'm a bit nervous telling him that his only daughter is leaving the country for the foreseeable future. Any advice on how I should break it to him? Domo, that probably means saying in Japanese. Domo.
Just draw a very simple diagram
Draw
for leaving.
a diagram of him, of the dad, sort of stood all lonely, crying, and the daughter getting onto an aeroplane. And he goes, good news, everyone! This is happening. Then hold up the diagram. He'll be fine about it. Or, what
I just say he's going on holiday for 2 weeks.
just go going on holiday and then just don't
and
come
say,
back.
Oh, you know what? It's lovely here.
We like
We're
it.
going to stay for another week.
That's going to be difficult. There's going to be a culture shock for her.
But little
Why?
by little. Oh, it will be.
We'll look after her. Then you can come and visit us in the studio. Bring us our Death Stars and our lethal weaponry and our disgusting foods, and we'll show you how England works these days. It's a pretty magnificent country if you know how it runs. Oh, it can take you on a wonderful journey, but if it don't like it, it'll chew you up and spit you out. Lewis and Timono. We can't really help you because we're not very good at things that involve actual sense. At the end of 1990, says Alan Jepson, I went to a Christmas party held at someone at school. I got drunk and threw over someone's lawn. My dad weren't pleased when he came with my mum and sister who'd been to a Greek restaurant for the evening. I like that. This is Alan Bennett style detail of that. Thank you, Alan Jepson. What are we going to listen to?
A song
Ooh,
from Manchester.
A song from Doves. Nice. Well, we'll have a listen to that then.
Yes.
Let's have a listen to it. Unwind, then we'll start thinking about doing a Sonic Enigma or a cultural review or something, shall we?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's have a listen to Doves first, though. Black and White Town, Doves! Enjoyed that. Nice uplifting. You alright, Trev, with your mandolin?
Lovely. Is that about Newcastle, do you think?
I don't know, mate, but we will find out
Good.
because we already know that it was Van Halen that done that M&M's thing, and apparently they had the brown wasps replaced with...
Wasps?
Yeah.
No, M&M's replaced with wasps! I was so excited about the prospect of mentioning wasps that I got it too early in the order of the sentence.
When were you meant to mention it?
In this
Never.
bit. Right, this is how it was meant to go. It was Van Halen what done the M&M thing. They replaced the brown M&Ms with wasps! Live wasps, I tells ya!
What are you going on about? They didn't.
Don't blame me.
He's drunk some of
this
my
is
coffee.
from Mark from Croydon. Alright?
They had M&M's changed
It's
to
never...
wasps.
Yeah,
No.
replace them with live wasps, they said, and it bloody well got done. Alright? And that's how they knew that everything was functioning well with their band, Van Halen, what they done. The voice of a generation, that would be me, because Chris Evans the other day dubbed me voice of this generation, not a generation, because otherwise it might be, I don't know, the suffragettes or some generation that's already happened.
He dubbed you that, in broadcast medium.
He dubbed me while at a conference at BBC, right, I had to go to. Right, Leslie Douglas, who's in charge of this channel, and Radio 2, done this thing with me and Chris Evans getting interviewed by Jeremy Vine consecutively, not concurrently. While he was up first, he goes, oh, well, the voice of a generation, me and Oasis, he goes, a while back, and he goes, no, it's, oh, Russ is the voice of his generation.
Quite sad times then, really, innit?
What do you mean?
It's descending, isn't it? Really?
Voice of a D-generation, maybe.
What happened to your haircut? You told me you were having a haircut. You come back with exactly the same thing
It's
going on.
been, actually, if you were insensitive pig, it has been done. And you have not mentioned it. Trevor mentioned it. Adam mentioned it.
What's the difference?
Only you. And you're the only one I cared about. And you have ignored my hairdo. I've had a couple of inches off the top. Is the condition.
Oh, right, yeah, so it's now only 2 foot tall.
I've had the weight taken out. They've taken weight out of it.
They have.
Do you know what he did?
It's
He was
not
having
so-
a haircut. He made his heavily pregnant makeup girl, Nick, bless her, heavily pregnant. She's like waddling around. You've got to come to watch my haircut so you know how it's done or something.
Because I didn't want the man to cut too much off, because hairdressers never listen.
Oh,
Everyone
tell me about
hey, everyone will bond with me on this, right? Hairdressers, you go, only
Oh,
take
yeah.
a little bit off, and they will not listen. I nearly swore. I was so angry. They will not listen. You have to go, please don't
But
take
you
it,
know
and then
why?
they still take too much off.
That is because they cut it back to healthy hair.
Yeah,
I
well,
asked them about it
healthy
once.
You asked them why
You've
they
got
do
split
that.
ends and stuff.
Why
and
don't
have
they
to cut it
ever
back.
tell you? Why don't they go, we're just going to cut it back to healthy hair? And they're like, I don't want it cut back to healthy hair. Just please don't cut too much off. So I thought, have heavily pregnant Nicola there, because then she can go, don't, because I have to do this hair. Also, guess what I've done? Because they cut it around my house. I put on...
Did they?
Yeah. I put on one of the television...
changed.
I put, you've changed. I put on one Leicester Square while I was doing it. I go, so look, like that. Cut it back to like that. Well, so I was on the telly.
God.
I turned it into a right palaver.
That's well funny.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
You got a hairdresser to come around your house. You showed them a recorded
People come and cut your hair when
programme.
you're a kid round your house. That's no big deal.
I know,
Yeah.
my mum's friend Mandy used to do it.
Yeah, I'm Mandy, see? Could have just been Mandy. I didn't go, oh, you've changed, having Mandy come round your house.
No, but it's not right to get a heavily pregnant woman there.
She likes it. She had a little sleep on the settee.
She's exhausted.
When she's asleep, she puts her hands over her tummy. I love her.
Oh.
It's nice, isn't it? She's protecting her
She's
baby.
protecting her baby.
When's she
Probably
due?
because she knows I'm writing on it, belly with crayons.
When's she due?
November 26th, I think it's meant to come out, that baby. I'm just going to come out, bring it out.
And
a bit
November the
earlier.
27th, you've booked her in for makeup again.
Actually, unfortunately, I've got to have a manicure that day, so...
You should see him having his makeup done. It's well funny.
No!
No, when a woman, like, say you've had a fight and you're in a film, right?
You're Indiana Jones and,
And-
you're having your wounds tended to.
Yeah, and you go, oh, and the woman goes, sorry, you know.
Yeah, it's
but
okay, it
you're
doesn't
always
matter.
a man about it. That,
Yeah.
They always go, no, that's all
okay,
right.
it's
doesn't-
fine.
It's fine. Him, right, she accidentally pulls her hair out of his head. He goes, like, he does his hissing thing. He's like a vicious little sister.
Only momentarily, not properly, like, you know. Anyhow.
I know the other day he didn't have her doing his makeup, he had another one, and she put his eyeliner, I mean, listen to the, you know, she did his eyeliner wrong, and he had a little tantrum. I don't like it inside. It's got to be outside my eyelid. You've done it wrong. Watch this video of me. Here is a reference.
I ain't even like how you describe.
Yes, you are.
Dear Voice of a Generation and other lovely lads, if you could time travel back to any point in your life and give yourself a message, what would it be? Love, Esme. She had a nightmare about Cheeky Tuesday, this person. That was one of the things we've done in
yeah.
our television programme. Oh, thanks, Esme.
Well, I was painted blue and forgot I was blue and tried to chat up the actress.
Matt, like a mug, was stood there, painted blue with a bald head and a big, long, thin nose. There was an actress in our sketch. Matt stood there going, "Oh, right, you know, if you ain't busy late,
I didn't say
maybe
that,
we'll
you
go down
fool.
Cinderella Rockefeller, get with a big fat suit on, all big, long, blue fingers." The poor girl was embarrassed as he tried to shove salad towards her in an attempt to woo her, using the same techniques of seduction that a magpie would use,
I was talking
bringing
to her
her
thinking-
shiny objects that he found in a garage.
I was giving her some salad. I thought, oh yeah, this is going all right. And then I caught sight of me reflected in a car. I was bright blue and had a long, foot-long nose.
Ridiculous man. Silly. Here, this is from someone called Mine at blueyonder.co.uk. A good person. Morn, old Russ. Did you see the spoof of yourself on Brem the Bird and Fortune last night on TV? You've arrived, son. Ta-ah. I didn't see it. What happened? Tell us more about this thing. I'd like to know.
You're on Bremner Bird and Fortune. That's amazing.
I'm not a political leader as yet,
Oh.
but you know things could change. Anyway, what period of history would we? I didn't see it, but I'd like to know more about it.
I bet they mauled you.
They never.
They're vicious satirists.
Them vicious satirists had a torn me asunder, wouldn't they? Probably gone, oh, hello, been all camp and had a ridiculous hairdo.
I wonder what Russell Brand would be like if Trevor McDonald was here. Hello, this is the news.
Blimey. me some effing old noodles, you'll say. What period of history... Oh, no, right, say you could go back to yourself in the past and give yourself a message. Right. Matt, when would you go back to and what message would you give you?
I'd go back to when I started university and say...
Don't bother.
Get out of it. Start writing. Start working in telly. Stop laying in bed.
Yeah, you should
3 years.
Tell yourself that message now. Stop laying in bed. You do that every day.
I am a workaholic.
You're not a workaholic. Lazy person. I spend my life going, get up, concentrate.
There was one time
stop looking around the room.
Went to sleep when I was meant to be working. I lined up some chairs. I thought no one would ever find me. I went to sleep and then someone came in. He was
captured. Our manager took a photograph of him laying down like a bum.
It's very hard to be woken up.
Give yourself that message now. Give yourself a message.
Give yourself a message.
Give yourself a message. What message would you give yourself, Trevor, lock with your bowler hat and your mandolin?
Don't get in that shower with that shampoo.
Don't get in there. What message he should have given himself is, that's a crow in the wall, you stupid sod. When he was frightened that there was a monster living in his wall as a child, it was just a crow. Just a crow.
Dying crow trapped in the wall.
Scratching its little face. Here, the woman in the news said buckets and... Oppin!
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's amazing. I mean,
she said buckets and Oppin!
Yeah, we've got to make it harder now.
Right.
She's thrown down a gauntlet, Russ.
This time she's got to say something about jihad. Fatwa. No, she hasn't. She's not going to say that. That was a joke, a bad joke. Yeah. That's good that she had buckets and Oppin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
She went, it'll be buckets of joy if he wins, and he'll be hopping mad if he loses. Brilliant! 2 words. That means we can get her to do something else.
Sneezy.
Get her to say sneezy.
Sneezy.
Get her to say a couple of the dwarf names from the Snow White.
She could just do a couple of words in a Scottish accent.
Or what if couldn't we get her to go, this is the news.
Don't do that again. No, that's terrible. And do you know what she's called?
What?
Flora Watkin.
Flora Watkin.
That is her name.
Flora Watkin, Flora Watkin, Flora Watkin.
Don't ever do that sexy voice thing.
Oh,
no. I've got my headphones on, it's too intense, it's inside my head.
Oh, you're a pretty boy.
Stop it.
So what? It's nice.
Oh, he's liking it.
I want Flora Watkin.
Do it again, look at his face.
Matthew. He's took his headphones off. What a little twit. Right, so Flora Watkin, thank you very much for saying Hoppy, because it's not affecting the news. If it was a terrible tragedy happened, we wouldn't do it, would we? But as there ain't no tragedies, yeah, she's got to name 7 dwarves. She's got to get as many in as she can.
Yeah.
Snopey, Sneezy.
Snopey.
I don't know what it is. He's my favourite, Snopey.
That's what Australians call mange too.
Snopey. Give us some snow, please. Oh, Australia, you say? I went to Australia. I fell out of a boat. My girlfriend left me. I had to go with doctors. I was in Australia. Apples are big and shiny. That is what Matt Morgan has to say every time Australia's mentioned. Don't you just get a bit sick of it? So, yeah, Flora Watkins. That's a good name, isn't it?
Flora Watkin.
Flora Watkin. You could fall in love with Flora Watkin at school, couldn't you?
Watkin.
I'm in love with Flora Watkin. Yeah, Flora Watkin.
I wish I could
at
be
front
like
of the class.
Flora Watkin.
Flora Watkin, look at her ass. Flora Watkin.
No, I've made a big mistake.
What?
It's Flora Watkins. There's
Flora
two
Watkins.
No, you couldn't fall in love with Watkins.
No way, she sounds like a right cow. No, she'll be brilliant. I'm joking.
Watkins.
She's lovely. She's brilliant. She said hop in and bucket. I love her. Right, so anything else that we've got to say? Oh, someone here saying, how come you're so flexible? It's Tia McPhee. She's seen me do that thing with Chris Evans. She goes, are you really some sort of Buddhist, and do you appreciate universal oneness and that? Do you do yoga?
No, he's got a key ring.
I do bloody appreciate universal oneness. Sometimes I have a little meditate, don't I, Trev?
You do, yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, see?
He goes into
What?
the toilet. He goes into the toilet.
Oh, that thing, that's before he does anything. I've got to go and do a whoopsie.
That's how I prepare myself to concentrate. Right.
What do you say to yourself in your moment?
Don't go and say anything weird on the telly or radio. Don't go on the telly and radio and say something mad that'll make everyone be sacked and you have to go back to being
It's
poor.
ironic that you're standing in a toilet talking to yourself. Listen, don't do anything mad, and everything's going to be all right.
Right, now we're doing well so far. Now, just keep up the good work. No, don't pick that up. No, put that back. Oh, you picked it up. Don't cuddle it, though. It's not a baby. Oh, you idiot.
Am I allowed to say what you did the other day?
What was it?
When you went like that?
Go on.
That's disgusting.
No.
You threw something at me when I was on the toilet. You started that.
What?
Come on.
I was sat on the toilet. Matt started a
I'm not
war
even gonna
that he
I'm not
couldn't
even gonna say
finish.
it's too
You
disgusting.
threw a light bulb at me. I was sat on the toilet.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Right, what
were
did
you
you
in?
expect me
I
to
opened the
do?
door when he was on the toilet for a light bulb at him. Right, but it was meant to inspire him. It was like an idea.
He said it's like an idea for you. He goes, imagine it coming out of your head.
Yeah.
Like an idea
I
bubble.
threw it at him, and then he opened the door and had his own poo in his hand. He showed it to me. What a disgusting man.
It was delicious.
And when you say, I am a Buddhist, actually, yes, I meditate, you don't. You cart your turds around.
Well, actually, if you open your mind very wide, you would realise that poo is inside you, then it's outside. It's touching the inside of your body anyway. It's only moved from your rectum, from your hand.
When he
your
does
rectum
poo,
is touching your hand anyway. Look, put your hand on your rectum, trace it round, there. It goes all the way around. Your skin is one organ.
yeah,
Everything's touching each other
anyway. You can't justify
anyway.
with all that rubbish.
Yes, you can!
Also, when he does a poo, he goes, get out. Do you think you could live there rent-free?
You go, get out. Oh, get out, my pretties. Come to daddy and things like that.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're on
I
the
do,
toilet.
yeah.
You do that.
Don't, you
Me
idiot.
and Matt like, sit next to each other in cubicles, and I can hear him in the next room go, "Get out of there, Dolly Daydream! You little bottom liars! Get out! You can live in the woods. See how well you get on."
Russell says, you think you were going to live in there rent-free forever? Get out! Like that. It's quite funny.
I only do it because I know you're listening. I don't do it when I'm on my own. I'm too busy boosting up my old self-esteem when I'm on my Todd. Graham from West Sussex needs to know, what is our favourite Rocky film? What is it?
I've never watched a Rocky film.
None of them. They're brilliant, you fool.
I've never seen Rambo, Rocky, any of those.
You've not even been watching things that Sly Stallone does?
No.
Sly Stallone.
I think that's his name.
Well, at least I know he's not called Stallone.
Sly Stallone.
Rocky 3's good because of Clubber Lang, who's really out of order. Rocky 4's good because, hold on, wouldn't we do something? Oh yeah, Rocky 4, that was when Matt had to go to the doctors. It was
You
like
should
Rocky 4.
get Jonathan Ross's job doing film 2006, actually. These reviews are blistering.
Rocky 3's...
Rocky 4's good.
I could do films.
Less than that.
Hello, welcome to 2009. Rocky 4's good.
Hello, welcome to 2009. You've got to put the word film in there.
Welcome to 2009.
He's going to review the whole
That's
year.
what you'll see on New Year's Day, just him.
Hello. Welcome to it. Nice, isn't it? Look out the window, there's stuff going on. Alright. Now then, we're supposed to be talking about... Right, let's do a record, then we'll come back, we'll do Matt's Cultural Review, then we'll do Sonic and Nick. Let's try me out Noel Gallagher. We should talk to him while we're in Manchester, shouldn't we? For Christ's sake. Alright then, let's listen to a little old record. What's it going to be, Matt?
I don't know.
Klaus
You don't
Nomi.
know?
Klaus Nomi.
Klaus Nomi. Right, now we're supposed to be only listening to things from Manchester.
He's
Trev
from
assures
Salford.
me he's from Salford. He's from Klaus Nomi. Ain't it a bit of a German name from someone from Salford?
Salford has a big immigrant community.
Does
from,
it, Trev?
From Germany.
A
yeah.
big Bavarian
He's one
immigrant
of,
community.
Yeah, he's one of Salford's favourite sons.
Is this that one?
This
I'm
is
a
a
simple
lie.
man!
No, it's a different one. I think this is Lightning Strikes.
Trevor, you've been telling lies about Klaus Nomi. You told me a minute ago that David Bowie and Morrissey love him. Was that true?
They do. Morrissey put him on his Influences album.
Did he?
Yes, he did. It's the last
Did
track.
he?
No, he didn't.
Right.
And David Bowie once heard his name in a lift.
Right, fair enough. Well, we'll have a listen. But if we find out he's not from Manchester, Trev, you've got to pay a terrible forfeit, and that is called the Moss Side Naked Gay Challenge. All right, let's have a listen to Klaus Nomi then.
Rubbish.
That was Trevor. He's not from Salford, you
He's got an
liar.
accent. He sounds like he's from Germany.
He is from
bloody
Germany.
Salford.
You lied to us. You
I
lied
didn't.
to your friends.
No.
That is worse than anything you've ever done.
No, it's not. And that's a good song, though, isn't it? What a
All
chorus.
his songs just...
Why's he always like that for? What's up with him?
He's a trained opera singer, isn't he? But he's crossed over the genres. He's
He
melted.
certainly has. He's crossed into the genre of psychological torture, seems to be where
your
he's cheating.
hero, your hero likes him.
Morrissey likes him.
Yeah.
Makes it difficult, doesn't
And
it?
you like him as well.
We've only got
You
Trevor's
like
word
him.
for that. Also,
He might not like
when's he
him.
from? The 80s or...
He's from the 80s. He died in 1982.
Why
He's from
have you suddenly
the 70s.
become obsessed with him?
Trevor, what is this
Because he's
sick
brilliant.
obsession?
I'm trying to bring new music to a new
It's not
generation.
music. It's not new music.
And what about that one last one? I'm a simple chap! That was
Not a
confusing.
simple chap, simple man.
Well, his something was simple about him. And thanks for bringing us that coffee. A young lad here, our mate Craig, bought us all a nice, lovely drink from a morally repugnant coffee boutique. And then, but he's managed to steal all the condiments. He's bought chocolate, cinnamon, all things. Well done. That is going above and beyond the Call of Duty. I noticed you dress in... Come here. You dress in cyberwear, don't you?
Cyberwear, yeah. Cyberdog.
You're
Other brands are available.
Good, well done.
Yeah.
Now, why... I like this sort of stuff, because it's all shiny, this is how you express yourself,
Yeah.
dressing like that. Okay, did you feel a bit guilty nicking that stuff?
No, because the tops are shiny, like a magpie.
Good
So
lad.
It's just like,
Right.
take them.
We've quickly unearthed that Craig is a loony. Well done, though. Good, thanks for going on the rob for us. You're a good lad. Mark Easter, we've got lots of people have come into the studio now to help us. Like if we can't name check them because there's, I think, 15 people have come to see us. It's nice, isn't it, for the atmosphere?
Nearly all our listeners in one room.
Yeah, actually, we might as well turn the mics off. We'll just do the show. If Russell had ginger hair, says Mark Eastle from Bradford, and stripes, he would look like a tomcat that does its business in my garden. What is it, an accountant? What does it do? Sit there doing sums by a turnip, a little too close to my vegetables. Which other celebrity with feline characteristics would you not like to see doing a shuffle in your veg plot? That's a really confusing
Very
question.
difficult.
Well, we've got to think of a celebrity, give it feline characteristics. All right, I wouldn't like to see...
No, one that's already got feline characteristics.
You've got to think of that, and then you've got to not want to see them in your garden.
Terence Trent D'Arby looking like one of the Thundercats kicking a window in on my greenhouse. I'd hate that to happen.
It'd be terrible, really, wouldn't it?
It'd be an awful
What's
business.
happened to him?
He took himself too seriously too early in his career, and it ruined things, because his career was good, wasn't it?
Oh,
That
it was
Wishing
great.
Well was
That
good,
first
but I think he
album,
went a bit mad.
The second
by all
album,
accounts.
Fish nor Foul.
Well, it's not good.
It was called Fish nor Foul.
But that's
And
a strange thing to call something.
Well, it cursed it, didn't it? And it was
Did it?
experimental. There wasn't a single, radio playable song on it.
It was he went and done an experiment.
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you, Matt, when you're thinking of doing some more of your
No, I was just
odd
thinking-
experiments on the lavvy.
You take yourself too seriously
When?
in your career.
When have I took myself seriously ever?
All the time. What about when you're going about overthrowing the government?
Oh yeah, that's a bit taking the old self seriously, I suppose. But I'm planning to do that.
Well, don't tell
did
him.
Oh yeah, no, keep it a surprise. No, because you think about it. Anyway, James Brown, who's I was about to say this to authenticate him, who founded Loaded magazine, said that I could become a messianic cult leader if I felt like
Don't
it.
listen to people like him.
He goes, you could be a David Koresh figure, and I sort of thought,
that's
yeah.
good, isn't
Did
it?
things turn out all right for David Koresh? I seem to remember he had a
In a
lovely
way.
time. What happened to him? Weren't he all killed by the FBI and all set on fire in that down old Waco? Yeah, we don't want that happening to us. Getting like, we probably could go and live in that village where they filmed Prisoner, start a nice cult there. Imagine it. All us lot go and live there.
I'd
and
love
that.
to come. I think I might get a wife, get married. just get on with it.
You are coming down to that cult, young man, to be a bishop. Hello, Russell and Co, says Claire and Mim. Just wanted to say my girlfriend and I were at your show last night and had a spiffing time. I was a little anxious about how funny you'd be doing stand-up, but I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. I like that when I get them sort of school report style things where
Yeah.
people think I'm going to be rubbish.
Must
bloody
try
cheek.
harder.
You were fabulously funny and entertaining, so thanks. We've turned into Radio 6 this morning, which I'd never even heard of till last night.
We've turned in or tuned in.
Let's have a look again.
We've turned into Radio 6. We're
Yeah.
inside them now.
We're living in their bowels, Matt. Don't you start talking to them and muttering stuff at them. Yeah, you're right. It says tuned in. We've tuned in to Radio 6 this morning and are now enjoying the show and eagerly awaiting your rap. Oh no, why did I say that? In the meantime, any chance of playing Dove's tune for us? We've done that already.
Already done it.
Thanks again, and easy does it, Claire and Mim. Thanks for coming and that and being all nice.
Can you
to
do
us.
your rap now then?
No! I will do a
You
rap.
did one on the podcast intro.
Yeah.
I'll do another rap. That's because it was just us three. I
But
didn't
you-
feel shy then.
Just do it.
I'll do a rap later. I will do a rap.
Promise.
I promise that by the end of the show, you'll have heard old Russ MC rapping his little heart out, rapping my legs off. Don't worry about the old rapping. Oh, look, young Luke, friend of the show. Yellow you, Russell, he says. Me and old Adrian like each other now, but her parents aren't too keen on me. How do I convince them otherwise? What would you do? Luke says that. You know, young Luke who comes in here, lovely lad. I likes him. Right, now, him and Adrian are together, but Adrian's parents don't like him.
Oh, God, it's a conundrum.
Oh, it's a bloody conundrum. What are we going to do? Why don't you, Luke, go round there, tuck your winky and your balls between your legs, pull down your trousers, and go, love me, like that, all with lipstick all over your nipples, and I think that will probably brighten things up,
I
won't
think
it?
it might confuse matters.
I don't think it will, Matt. Who wouldn't want a son-in-law that behaved in that manner, especially if at the end of it he turns around to reveal it all trussed up, all nice, between his thighs, all nestled there. That's
That's why I wonder why they don't like him. There must be a reason. He's probably done something wrong.
He's unusual. Someone's playing a mandolin in here. Hey, what's going on?
Our telephone is going
Oh,
off.
God. Turn off your telephone. You're in a
Unprofessional.
radio station.
Why'd you
What's
do it?
wrong? Come on. And they've got fags. How old are you? Old enough to have fags? Bloody cheek. What's wrong with them? It's actually quite a good way of finding things. Are you old enough to have fags? 16. Interesting. It's a good way of finding stuff out. Japanese schoolgirl pants, says Zoe Fletcher. It's true, there are vending machines with schoolgirl pants in them.
Thank you.
But they aren't from an actual schoolgirl. Apparently the knickers are stolen from washing lines Oh my god.
Oh, that's even more
And
exciting.
Then tuna fluids is put in them. Oh, crikey.
It's not
Zoe. Oh no, I don't. Is that made up?
But they do
she's
have vending
made that
machines with used, apparently, knickers in them.
Who would ever want that?
Japanese
Me.
businessman.
No,
Oh
I'm
yeah, but it's
joking.
from a schoolgirl though.
It's disgusting, isn't it? It's
Unless
weird.
they stay at school till they're about 20, in which case you think, oh, all right then. Hi, Russ, Matt and Cocky. I went to Margaret Crawshaw's party. Margaret
Oh, I
Crawshaw.
remember her, yeah.
Margaret Crawshaw.
Yeah, she was in Mrs. Smith's class.
Good old Margaret Crawshaw. When I was 9, I went there. She was a big chubby lass who kept her pet budgie's claws and feathers in a locket round her neck. And she was called Margaret Crawshaw.
Do you think the budgie was still alive? She just snipped him off.
Yes. And the budgie would just sat
He
there.
had no beak.
And a little beakless budgie gumming at the bars of its cage. Oh, I like that image. Anyway, I bought her a box of milk tray for her present, you romantic devil. And this is from Diane from London. I love every detail about this. Margaret Crawshaw, Diane, budgie's claws and feathers in a locket. That's good, isn't it? I like this.
In one of those lozenges when you have a small...
You fool. It weren't like a tune. It's like not a lozenge. It's a locket, like a memento, like you might have from a loved one. Like
Can you read the rest of this? Because at the moment it's just
Well,
weird.
this lass, Diane, bought a box of milk trays from the corner shop because she was poor and from a one-parent family, and the next day at school she handed them back because when she opened them they were mouldy. Oh,
this is tragic.
this is a bloody bleak tale, and this could make a Mike Lee film, this.
I bet she took it out on the budgie.
Yeah, of course she did, that
Course
poor
she did.
budgie.
Oh, he'd have got hell. She'd have kicked the cage when she got in.
Kicked the cage with her own stumpy little toes, what didn't have no toenails on them. But there's a bloke over the road from me, Fred, he never had no fingernails.
What,
All
on
his-
either hand?
None of them. And when I goes, what happened to him? He said the fish in his garden ate him. He didn't even have a garden. He didn't even have a garden. Oh, but fingers without fingernails on them.
Was there
different.
was there something like there was a mark there where they'd been?
Must
No,
have been
they were all
replacement.
smoothed over. Like little sort of just jabby, like little domes of flesh, jab. So
You sure he didn't have gloves on?
His hands were made of wool. I don't know. It's very confusing. Anyway, this person, Diane from London, loves our show and was a bit alarmed when she saw the back of her hair on telly full of Matty Morgans. It looked like it had separated into two sections and a bit weird. What? Full of Matty Morgans? I was alarmed when I saw the back of your hair on telly full of Matty Morgans. It looked like it had separated into two sections, a bit weird. What do you think will be your next look? Will you keep your tidy beard? You're a handsome devil, don't worry about your hair. Diane from London. There was no Matt Morgans in my
Diane?
hair.
Matty
In your
Morgan's is
hair.
now Cockney rhyming slang.
Matty Morgan's organs.
Yeah.
Matty Morgan's... What could it mean?
Church organs.
Church
What
organs.
on earth is going on?
Don't try not to worry too much. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of people in here. What, Trevor, what's the matter?
Well, someone's just given me a post-it note. And
Yeah.
I need to remind us that we've got a son of Manchester on the show later on.
Ah, Gideon Conn is coming
Gideon-
onto the show.
Yeah, he's going to perform live.
Young Gideon Conn's coming on our show to perform a record for us.
Yeah, I did a show with him last Sunday. He's really good.
What do you mean you did a show with him?
Well-
it sounds very erotic, Trevor.
Well, you know, we just improvised a little erotic dance for some
Was this your homosexual experimentation you're referring to?
It was.
You and young Gideon Conn.
It was a right little learner, yeah.
It was an earner.
It was a little learner.
Blimey.
It went down very well.
Okay, so Gideon will be on the show a little bit later. Trevor, what are you pondering? I've never seen you like this.
I was pondering me and Gideon doing an erotic thing on stage.
Well, it sounds lovely. Gez Daring from Stockport goes, my girlfriend and I went to the dance house gig with some friends. It was excellent. I'd like to ask Trevor, where did he get his shoes? Trevor, where did you get your shoes?
I got them from the office. Not the office.
From a shop.
I
Other
went
shoe
in for
shops
an
are
office
available.
and a gentleman had left his shoes behind and I nicked them.
He's a ridiculous
They're-
weirdo. Also, Russell, did you have a pre-gig Nicky-style tantrum about water? The girl was setting up your stuff after Trevor's put a jug of tap water and a glass on your table.
It's funny.
Only to scurry off 5 minutes later face and replace it with 3 bottles of mineral water. I was laughing before you even before you came on at the thought of you crying backstage going, I need bottled water! Once again, great gig.
What happened then?
It was brilliant. It was really funny. That sort of thing did happen.
I didn't, it weren't me, no one told me.
Yeah,
that
it
there
was beautiful. It was like a piece of theatre. It was like a weird sort of short Beckett play because
Called Water.
There was the table, the chair, and the audience were there, and the lights went up, and the songs would end, and then they'd
Yeah.
get really excited, and then someone would walk walk on and put a jug and a cup, and they're like, all right, he's here, and then someone would come and remove the jug and the cup.
That's quite experimental.
And backstage we would go, no, it's tap water. He won't drink tap water. He won't drink.
Because of estrogen!
Gordon, we've got tap water. What are we going to do? Bottled water. There's no bottled water. He won't come down. Give me a call.
I didn't have a no one told me about this water thing. I was just in the toilet
waiting.
waiting. People had the tantrum. That's good now. It's got to the stage where people just anticipate the tantrum long in advance. I wouldn't have had a tantrum. I'd have just silently hated the world. But like, no, I was just waiting in the lavvy while all this went on. And there's good reason, if you're a fella, don't drink tap water because it's got estrogen in it, because of birth control pills getting flushed down the lavvy and that out of wee-wee. And so it's making us all feminine, which is why Trevor keeps listening to Klaus Nomi.
No, drink tap water.
Probably not true.
It is true, estrogen. Estrogen from birth control pills.
It's good for you. It's good for you.
How is it?
Because it makes you more like a lady.
Is that why you're on the pill? Trev's been on the pill for 4 years now. Complains that his flow's too heavy. Trevor, we've got to move on from all this. So, anyway, once again, great gig, says Gez Daring. Do you think that lady, he doesn't say lady, you snogged in front of her daughter will appear in the People with Her Top Off in an expose? Possibly. Yeah, this lady made me kiss her. Right, so, now, right, a bit later in the show, we've got Trev's Sonic Enigma. It's a good one, Trevor.
Oh, it's a classic. It's one of
classic
the great ones.
today.
It's a return to form.
We know it's going to be a Manchester band because everything's themed around Manchester, so that immediately makes things easier. Matt, are you going to do a cultural review?
Certainly am.
Crikey. And we'll definitely ring Noel up in a second. That's going to be exciting. But now we're going over to the news with old Flora. Flora Watkins.
What's the word?
She's got to say as many Seven Dwarfs as she can.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah? Dopey, Sneezy, Doc. That's an easy one to get in. Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, but what she doesn't know the names of them.
Right,
she can make 'em up.
Bashful.
We don't know the names.
Bashful, Sneezy, Dopey,
Snopey,
Grumpy,
Flumpy.
then Jason Orange, Howard. That is all of
Ringo.
them. And Ringo. So if you can get them into the old news, it's going to brighten up the old news. So it's over to you, Sexy Flora Watkins. Yeah! I know it's Happy Monday.
Tokoloshi Man.
Tokoloshi Man. Nice to listen to that. Trevor, one of our friends in here has bought you a little prezi.
Not the fudge, please.
What do you think that is, Trev?
Please, no.
Eat your fudge, Trev!
Please, no.
It's quite a lot of fudge, mate. That's Trevor, if someone's generous enough to buy you some fudge...
I am hypoglycemic.
Get that fudge down, you!
Don't
Eat your
throw
fudge,
fudge
Trevor!
at my mandolin.
Lots of people say... It is like a commune in here now, isn't it? People have sat down, people have got guitars and mandolins, some of them are high on drugs, they're sick everywhere. It's nice. It's like the last days of the Waco siege. Eat your fudge, Trev! So, the newswoman, what did Fiona Watkins say?
She said something like this. Rumours that the 7 dwarfs that have been detained in a young offenders institute have yet to be confirmed.
That's brilliant!
That is, I think she's
She's avant-garde.
Well, it's unbelievable.
She's taking the news to new heights. We're inventing the
Unless
news
that
now.
did happen, and
That's true. Just a lucky strike, lucky coincidence. Yeah.
But can she do that, Ross? Is that allowed? Is that right?
Yeah, it's definitely allowed. It's much better.
It's funny at the BBC, the news people making up stories.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Because also the news is just propaganda and lies anyway. You might as well just stick things in there interesting about 7 dwarfs. Overthrow the government with ill-researched ideas. I've read Chomsky for beginners, and I think I can start a revolution. So, yeah, Trev, eat a little bit of the old fudge.
I'm eating it, mate.
Fiona Watkins is a new hero of ours. I just had a chat to Noel. Happy birthday, Sarah. It's Noel Gallagher's girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Don't
to
sing
you.
it.
Happy
Pay for it.
What? Oh.
Don't-
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to Sarah. Happy birthday to ya. That is our own invention.
It's brilliant.
I think it's going to catch on.
Oh, golly.
It's us that's going to be raking in the royalties now with our brilliant new remix of Happy Birthday. Yeah, Noel just told me, he'll tell us more when he's on the phone, that when he was on Parky, Rod Stewart, who I like and respect and admire, of course, like Parky goes, what's this about? You can do quite a good Parky, can't you, Matt?
No.
What's this? Yes, you can.
Didn't Trevor actually play Parker?
Parky,
I
you
played
played Parky in Star
Parky,
Stories that you're in
yes.
on Channel 4. How did you do him?
Russell Brand, you've been famous on the television.
Not bad. Barnsley's favourite son. Granville.
Oh, I want me pudding.
I want me pudding. You sound like you're constipated, Trevor. Yeah, apparently Rod Stewart said, you know, like Parky was asking about me, and Noel Gallagher was forced to
What
stand
a name
up for me.
dropper.
What?
Yeah,
Ain't
go
my
on.
fault, it's just
What,
an
Rod Stewart
anecdote.
had a
What
go at you?
happened?
I thought, well, apparently Rod Stewart was saying that I said that I'm all mouth and no trousers, and I'll goes, he's lovely, he's a cheeky lad, he's lovely. He goes, I hope they leave it in. I wonder when that'll be on. When, if they record Parky on Thursday, when will it be on, I wonder?
Who would you think would win in a fight between you and Rod Stewart?
I reckon I can take him.
Yeah?
Yeah! I think I can take Rodders down to Chinatown. I'll use some of my moves. Elbow smash!
No.
Bam!
No.
What do you think Rod's
Rodders would have
tasty?
you. He'd have you.
Yeah, he'd knock you out.
No, he wouldn't,
Football
mate.
and everything. He was in the faces, come on.
Yeah, but remember, I've got full of passion and energy and ego.
Yeah,
Passion.
What are we going to do? Try and kiss him?
I'll snog him to death. I'll turn him over, treat him like a princess.
I'm full of passion. He's full of passion.
Is he, though?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because Rod Stewart's quite old now.
Just having
He's
an
a
arm
bit old,
muscle.
isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I think I can beat up most old people. But I'm prepared to put it to the test this afternoon on what I can only describe as my old people rampage. No, I think that, I don't think I want to have a fight with Rod Stewart.
No, you shouldn't.
So, like, anyways, it'll be good. We can ask Noel Gallagher about it when he
So
comes on
Noel
the phone a
Gallagher
little
stuck
bit
up for
later.
you, that's nice.
Nice of him too, ain't it? Right, so shall we have a, Sonic Enigma then?
Why not?
Shall we get Trevor to do a Sonic Enigma? Is it a pre-recorded one, Trev?
It's pre-recorded, yeah.
Why-
There's a jingle and there's a pre-recorded thing.
Right, we know we've got new listeners today, because we've had at least one email, so why don't you explain what the Sonic Enigma actually is? Because actually I still don't understand entirely.
Well, I did a live one last night, so they would know what it is from last night. But for any new listeners who
Yeah.
weren't there last night,
Are you eating fudge, Trev?
oh sorry,
That's
I'm
all
sorry.
right. Well, when have you ever been told to do that?
Oh,
go on, Trevor, go on in, Trev, do a Sonic Enigma then.
So the Sonic Enigma is I do a soundscape, an oral soundscape, and in it that is a clue to the title of a song. And if you guess it, you
And
can
you've
come
made
into the
one
studio.
already. And typically what this would involve is a sketch where Trevor and he
Hello,
goes to
come
the
in.
doctor-
Always has
And
that
then you
in
hear
it.
this noise.
Yeah.
That noise has not been heard since the first weeks of
No,
August.
it's always in it. It's always
It's
you at a doctor's.
You have no.
Hello, Mr. Locke.
No.
Come in, Mr. Locke.
And then a weird noise
No.
that sounds odd.
No, that
We all
you
know
last
what that
heard that
means.
in
We
the
all
first
know.
week of August, and the doctor thing has only been
Recently
in the last,
emerged.
Yeah.
And then there'll be
First week of August, what you remember that when...
He keeps logs of things like
I've
this.
got it
don't
written
they?
down in my diary.
Disgusting
Silly
little
man.
book that is.
Anyway, we've stretched this out long enough.
Where's the jingle?
He does a big explanation of what it is. Then,
Then he
there's a
does a
jingle that
jingle.
lasts 10 minutes.
Well, he asked me to do the blinking explanation.
If he asked me to do the blinking, I might swear like it's the 20s. Why don't we listen to the jingle then?
Yeah, here we go.
Sonic Enigma on the radio. Oh, it's a competition. Why don't you have a go? Why don't you have a go on the radio?
Sonic Enigma. Is that meant to be Carbarat?
It was meant to be Carbarat. Yeah. It was meant to be Carbarat, as done by you.
Carbarat done by me?
Yeah.
Nice. So, Trevor, that's the jingle for Sonic Enigma. We're now all groomed and prepared to hear one. Let's hear the Sonic Enigma itself, shall we?
Here we go.
But
Hello, Teresa.
Oh, hello, Trevor.
Would you like to come swimming with me?
Oh, no.
Why not?
Well, I've never learned how to swim.
Well, I can teach you.
No, it wouldn't be a good idea. Me and water don't mix very well.
Teresa, why don't you come for a picnic with me in the meadows then?
No, can't do that. Because I don't like the
we all knew this day would come, didn't we, Matt?
Oh,
That
God.
Trevor would finally go too far with a Sonic Enigma, and it would just become patently a man expressing his mental illness. What is that supposed to be, then?
Well, I can't
know
tell
what
you
it
that,
is.
can I? Because then I would have to be in the audience and in the studio next week.
Hello,
and
Teresa.
I will
Do
be
you want
there.
to come on a date? What?
It has always got that moment. Oh, hello, come in type.
Yeah,
There was
moment.
no hello, come in.
Or is it hello, Teresa?
Well, where else do you start a conversation?
Your sketch comedy, Trevor, is like Beyond the Fringe never happened. It's like pre-Peter Cook comedy, sort of like, it's like makes Ealing comedy look like some sort of
isn't a sketch.
experiment. It's like really bizarre. Okay, so if you know what that is, you can text us on 64046, or you can email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk, but probably first contact a counsellor, because it means you understand Trevor Locke, which is no place to be in psychologically. That is Trevor's Sonic Enigma. Anyone here, any of the people, we've got about 15, 20 people here, any of you have the slightest idea what that might be? All I can see is
Come
little
on.
baffled
It's easy.
faces. People shaking their head in dismay. It looks like New Orleans after that flood. People just sat around, all distraught and destroyed, totally unhappy, quite rightly, because of the way the American government didn't look after no one there and that. Anyway, Matthew, well, don't shake your head at me. I'm allowed to talk about New Orleans if I like. Go on then. Do you want to do a bloody cultural review then?
Yeah.
Go on then. Review culture.
I don't know the way it's set up.
All right. What do you mean? I come to it too
Do you want to
pessimistic.
do a cultural review then? Like that.
He gets a little
He gets a
preamble,
jingle, he gets a preamble.
We'll do you a jingle.
Go on then, do me a
Trev.
jingle
You
on
can
that
play your
mandolin.
mandolin.
You do the rap, I'll do the...
Yeah,
It will
do the
not be a
rap.
rap.
Do the rap.
I ain't doing no rap. It'll be just a normal sing. Right, go on then. Do a guess a chord or something then. Mad's cultural review. Mad's ridiculous opinions. Matt grapples with culture, but ultimately uses it to try and pull birds. To try and pull birds. It's not really a cultural review at all. Matt Morgan, yeah, woo! What was that effect on the mic? That was mental. Well done, thanks. We've never had
good.
such high production.
That's
We'll
quite
have
a
to
nice
come to
little
Manchester more often. So much to answer for. Come on then, let's see it. Let's hear you then, Matt. Don't sigh before a culture. Have you got your little bullet points?
I haven't written anything down.
off the top
Oh
of his
man,
head.
look at this now. Freestyle cultural reviews. Whoa,
What your
all
rap's
right.
gonna be. I went to a lock and key party.
What is this? Describe for those of us that can meet people without the use of lock and key parties. What one is?
Can I just say, I went because there's a thing that Six Music are doing about being single. It's the Me, Myself and I campaign
And they
about
immediately
single
thought,
life.
who on Six Music could best represent these poor sods? They immediately looked to Matt Morgan. Hey, listen, you know, there's nothing wrong with being single. I'm not saying that. But what there is something wrong with is you. Now, what is your cultural
Wait
review?
till you hear it.
Come on then.
Yeah, what happens is the women it's very sexual.
So what, you sit down London and you go to, there's a bar or something.
It's
you go
down
there.
London.
We're up north now, mate. That's how we talk.
But I think it could happen up north.
It happens everywhere. I think.
Happens everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So you go you go to a
right,
bar.
You go to a bar on your own because Trevor's stitched you up after saying he'd come with you.
Trevor.
You gave me very little notice, and I had a friend's birthday celebration.
What do you have to do? Put your pyjamas on over your clothes and go stand there weeing yourself with glee.
Well, some of those things were involved.
Yeah, so I went there on my own.
Oh.
Tragic. Walked in, made friends quite quickly.
Who'd you make chums with then? Just
This bloke who was, I thought he was the manager actually, he was like a skinhead bloke in a suit, sat
Why do
there
you think
all
he was
proud.
the manager?
'Cause he was sat there, like he owned the place.
like King Rollo, sat
Yeah.
there all puffed up with his own sense of importance with
And
a
I-
big pheasant.
That's him, and I was talking to him. Started talking to him, and he goes, "Oh, you've done one of these before, mate?" I said, "No, I haven't actually." And it was a bit of because I didn't want to say to people, "I'm here for the radio,"
Because it
I'm not-
belittles everyone else.
yeah. But I
But he
did tell
did.
him. I told everyone.
You told
I
everyone.
made sure no one thought I was,
I was there.
for,
So obviously you
yeah.
wasn't a bit embarrassed about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be. I think it's nice to meet
actually
people.
good fun, right? Women wear a padlock around
Right.
their neck, and
Does it look
men
nice?
have a key. Hey,
Does it look nice, the
yeah, it
padlock?
looks lovely. No, it
Why
looks
do they
like
wear
a
it
Jim
around
will
their
fix it thing. 'Cause it's got a red.
Does like Jim will fix it badge?
Yeah,
I think they should.
wanted
have worn
to Jim
They
will
should
fix
wear
it.
those chastity belts, don't you think?
Trevor.
Trev?
It's not that sort of party.
What on earth do you want from
Do you
people?
know the chastity belt was in use as late as 1930 in New York City?
God bless those chastity belt operators in
That would have been a
Shitty.
party, wouldn't it?
Hell of a party, Trev.
So anyway,
Don't speak for about
but
an hour,
actually,
Trev.
right, so
Trev, let's play a little game called Trevor Don't Speak While the Radio Show's on.
basically, right. So it's very, like
Sexual imagery.
Yeah, I
They've
mean,
got a
the
little
men
lock,
have
you
got a
pop
key,
your
yeah.
key in their lock.
I know, and if it fits, you get a match, and you go and you get this like ticket
Did
for the
you-
raffle.
Oh, give us a ticket.
But
Right.
anyway, right. So
Suppose that in that, if to stretch that analogy, the key is the penis, the lock is the vagina, and the ticket would be an orgasm.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Anyway.
No,
oh,
the
I've had a
more
little
tickets
ticket.
wouldn't be an orgasm.
You can win
because-
a weekend break in Paris.
Really? And
That's-
that would be. I don't know. What's
the
a lot of
orgasm.
marriage.
That's the
orgasms?
orgasm. The ticket is.
That's well. Anyway, look, let's not get bogged down in imagery.
No, never.
So anyway, so it's but it's good. It's good fun. And the bloke said to me, that bloke, the
Skinhead
first bloke I
Ned.
talked to, yeah, he said to me, think of the key not so much as a way in, as a way out. Right?
How?
I've said, what?
That's wise.
But what it
Bloody
means
hell.
is, like,
He's a
'cause
wise
when
skinhead.
women come over who you don't fancy or you don't really, you can go, oh, anyway, well, got to
key
keep
don't work.
going. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's your way out, and that was quite true.
He's wise.
But, however-
skinhead.
The best thing that happened was the barmaid who was working there was completely beautiful, and I pulled her.
That is your cultural review.
Yeah.
I pulled a
This
barmaid.
It's brilliant.
That's your cultural
I
review.
saw her the next
I
night.
pulled a barmaid.
Yeah.
End of civilization.
So, in
Where's
a way,
the culture? Where's the review?
well,
Was it good? Did you
it was
learn
good.
anything? Would you
Yeah.
recommend them to our
I would
listeners?
definitely recommend it. It's a laugh.
You'd recommend the
It's a
barmaid
laugh.
from
people.
the...
You recommend? Essentially, all you said
can't
is
go around reviewing barmaids.
Matt's review is go and chat up barmaids. That's the conclusion.
We
chat
don't
up
even know her
barmaids.
name.
That is just
We
a
don't
side
know.
issue.
What's her name? This
I'm
barmaid.
not saying that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no,
right.
don't embarrass her.
Okay.
You've just said you've chatted her up at a lock and key party.
Yeah, but
Please
I had
help.
to say to her, "Oh, I'm not here, but I'm here for the radio." And she said, "Yeah, I don't believe you." And then I got like
You
that
are-
happened
she
quite
was
early
right
on.
not to believe you.
That happened
'Cause you
quite
were
early
there
on.
for your own dirty purposes.
I wasn't.
This has made a mockery of
I
Six
saw
Music
someone there I
Single
know.
Week.
That was embarrassing.
You saw someone there you know? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
difficult. That must be like meeting someone in the line for a child abuse register or something.
Well,
was that
not
like?
quite that bad. But
Suppose it's worse.
only a
yeah.
lock and key party. It's actually it's good fun. Actually, it's a laugh, and you get a free glass of champagne at the beginning, which is It's
Well,
nice though.
thank you for your cultural review, you devious little pervert.
You're just jealous because you can't go there because people would recognise you.
That would be an advantage at a lock and key party, probably. By the end of it, I'll be able to unlock them padlocks with my brain.
Some people had loads of keys as well. Towards the end, they just gave out, like, there's blokes with loads of keys. And some people just got committed to the idea of opening locks.
Well, they forgot what it was
forgot
for.
you're meant to be talking to people.
I like that.
Just running around.
That's what Trevor would do, wouldn't he? Trevor
Yeah.
would forget that there was an ultimate objective of meet people, just scurry around like a blacksmith, going, "Oh, this one's broke, ooh."
No, but that's a good
confused.
strategy if you want to win that break in Paris.
Yeah, but who are you going to go there with? Your mum?
I'll go on my own.
Yeah, it'd be nice though. It was a nice weekend in Paris, alone, walking up the Louvre, Champs-Elysees, staggering round, wondering about art. So, all right, in short,
It's good.
It's good. That
It's
is
better
Matt's
than, I think
review.
it's better than speed dating because it's basically a party where you know everyone's single and you've got a reason to go up and talk
to 'em.
So you've got a way in and a way
Right.
out.
So it's, giving
it's
you
good.
Right.
Do you think we should all be given keys and padlocks when we get to 18?
No. Okay. What do you mean?
We'll just go around the world doing
I
it.
think it'd
Make
be great
the whole
if you're on
world
the
into a
bus
lock
or
and
if you're on
key
the
party.
tube and you see somebody you fancy and they've got a padlock
But in
round
a
their
way,
neck
we have
and
been-
you've got a key, then you can just go up to them and go,
Trevor, that
"Hello."
has biologically happened. That is what your penis is.
No,
you just
you
go
can't
up
do
to
that
them
on the
and go,
tube, can
"Excuse
you?"
me, I've got this. Do you reckon it'll fit?"
No, but I think this is a good invention. I think I've just invented something that's going to transform
You ain't
us.
not invented nothing,
I
mate.
have.
That is what you've invented.
Now,
Thing you've invented
listen.
is called sex.
No, I
Trevor.
haven't. No.
Give it a try
Listen,
one day.
This is my invention. This will revolutionise society. You're on the bus, you're walking down the street, you're on the tube or
Russell's
the tram.
never
I'm
on
not
Just-
doing any of them things.
Stop it.
Sounds horrible.
He's in the back of
And
a
you've
taxi.
got,
Crying.
Listen, you've got a little padlock round your neck. And
Yeah.
someone else has got a key.
Trevor,
then
you should
can
have
go-
the padlock around your wrists, mate, and you should be in a padded cell.
And then that's an invitation. That says, "All right, I'm in the club. I'm in the lock and key club." And then you can
Yeah.
just go up to them and say, "Oh, hello, I've got a key."
No, I don't like it, Trevor.
Come on.
It sounds
Completely
intrusive.
stupid.
It makes the whole world a lock and key party.
Easier to put you in Maudsley Mental Hospital and just like, let everyone
Please,
else get on
is
with
that
their
not a
lives.
good idea, boys and girls?
Don't encourage him. It's
People are
disgusting.
nodding. People are nodding.
No, it's
The
a
people,
bad idea.
Trevor, the only people who are
Aren't
nodding are the
admittedly.
people that were nodding anyway because they're rocking back and forwards and they ain't well. Their consent means nothing.
Who would orchestrate? Who would make sure that...
Anyone, now this idea's out there, I put this idea out there, now somebody can now put a padlock round their neck or a key round their neck, and now people will
Sid
recognise
Vicious
each
used
other.
to do that, Trev. He was dead 10 minutes
Don't
later.
knock me down. This will help people meet.
No!
'Cause when you meet a girl on the street, it's difficult to go up to her and say hello.
Leave people alone, Trevor. Stay indoors.
Trevor, you're making an already confusing situation more confusing.
Yeah,
What?
you
I'm
are.
not.
That's what
Sit
you've
on
had
your
it.
hands.
I'm not.
Trevor, what did we say about just eat your fudge and just gum yourself up with fudge for a bit until you get all like that with
So,
disease you get with a bit too much fudge.
to wrap things up, go along, they're really good.
Go to a lock and key party if you're single. Go have meet people. Also, yeah, 'cause it is not MTV, Radio 6 Music's.
Where are we?
What is this we're doing? What is this job now? Yeah, so, like, yeah, go along to. It's single week here, right? This week's single week, is it?
Yeah.
Right, so if you're single, go a lock and key party if you want. Just don't try and extend the world into one big lock and key party as the prognosis of Trevor Locke is an incorrect one. It would just create an horrible
this is
situation.
wrong. This
What's
is wrong. If it's single week, we should be celebrating being single. We shouldn't be trying to get out
Stop
of being
it. It's
single.
good to be single.
It's good to be single. Don't worry about
Right,
it.
of people here, let's do a little straw poll. Hands up if you're single here. Right, quite a lot of...
Everyone.
They're all single, except for this lovely, obvious couple there. That's nice. The cyberpunk people.
Why don't you start pairing up, you lot?
Don't pair
Use
up. You're
little
happy,
pair
aren't
up,
you?
all nice.
They're happy being single, Russ. Don't.
Or let them all have an orgy around us, so we'll just be stepping over people copulating. It'd be brilliant.
Be nice.
Exciting.
Don't do that.
Right, so what have we got? It's coming up to midday. We've done Matt's Culture Review. We've put out the Sonic Enigma. If you think you know the answer to that, you can text us on 64046. Now, what are we going to listen to? We're going to listen to...
808 State.
808 States? Why the hell not? Why shouldn't we listen to him? Who's going to stop us? The police, the government, a man coming up to us with a key round his neck going, help me, I'm alone, when you're trying to get a bus. Christ! Let's listen to 808 State, everyone. That was Paper Tigers from Chameleons. Or was it Chameleons? How would we know? They are so amorphous and changeable. We'll never really be able to tell. Before that, we had 808 State. And I believe between those things, Cocky Locky had the gall to do a link on his own, didn't he? Do you know about this, Matt? What did you say?
Well, I just informed the listeners where you were because we were coming out of a record. We didn't know what to do. There was panic in the studio.
Panic in the streets.
We couldn't find you. I thought, I'll come to the rescue.
Go on, and what did you say?
Well, just
recreate
explain.
for me and Matt, because I don't trust you, and I think you probably said something stupid. What was it?
I said Russell Brand has resigned. He's walked out of the studio.
That is worse than that time we read out the Queen's obituary box.
Yeah.
You all
would've
caused
come back.
panic.
I was in the girls' toilets. We all were. We couldn't find the boys' toilets.
Well-
Trevor was trying to find a urinal in there.
It was, and then I remembered it was the girls' toilets.
Ended up winning in a sanitary bin,
They
silly
can't
boy.
do it standing up.
So, yeah, go on. So what did you say in your link, Trevor?
I just explained that you two were doing something together
I
in the
would have come
toilets.
back, but he was going, wait.
We were having a little chit-chat, a bit of a chin-wag. So, right, yeah, Trevor's Sonic Enigma, we've got some wrong answers. A lot, well, they might not be wrong. We don't know at this stage. Let's have a listen. Is it Beck, Ghetto Chip Malfunction? That's from Dan Shannon, is it?
No, I mean, that's a stupid thing, because if you listen to the show regularly,
right.
you realise you wouldn't have 2 Becks in a month, would
Really,
you?
that's true. You'd never have 2 Becks in a month. 1 Beck in a month's enough Becks. So he wants to come to the Newcastle radio show. If there is one, yes, you can come, mate. Come wherever you like. It's
There
up to
won't
you.
be one.
There's loads of people in here now. There's about 30 people. Some of them are using a phone. There's
It's
all
like
sorts
a
going on.
festival in here, isn't it?
It is like a festival. There's people skinning up. Stop that! So legal. Happy Sunday, guys. Is this week's thing Computer Love by Kraftwerk? Is it, Trev?
No, it's not.
That's quite a good answer.
It says there's a guy trying to seduce a lady robot. If this is not the case, please enlighten me. Says
We
Darren
should
in
listen to it
Manchester.
again, actually.
Listen to it again. Yeah.
all right.
Hear it again?
Is
Play
it My Plug-in Baby by Muse? That's Franz
See,
from
that's good as
Stafford.
well.
Very good.
Good
Very
answers,
close.
good suggestions. Okay, let's have a quick listen to it because we've got a very special friend of the show on the phone. So have a quick listen to it.
Hello, Teresa.
Oh, hello, Trevor.
Would you like to come swimming with me?
Oh, no.
Why not?
Well, I've never learned how to swim.
Well, I can teach you.
No, it wouldn't be a good idea. Me and water don't mix very well.
Teresa, why don't you come for a picnic with me in the meadows then?
No, can't do that. Because I don't like the cold.
Very confusing. Is it Our Friends Electric by Tube by Army, says Gareth.
No, it isn't.
Right, okay, so if you think you know the answer, it's 64046, that's how text us or email us, russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. Oh, it's a frenzied atmosphere in the studio. It's hot in here from body heat alone. It's like a Tina Turner record, steamy bloody windows, Harsha Coco. There's lots of people in here groping at us. It's like a Lowry painting. Manchester has come alive. Not since the dawn of the Hacienda has Manchester had such a vibe. Not since the birth of our favourite band, Oasis. And who's that on the phone? Why, it's Noel, of course. You're right there, Noel.
Yeah, very well.
Hiya, you sound a bit confused.
I'm just... well, I am. I'm just laughing at you bringing up Manchester. Seems like when you're in London, you know, slagging it off.
I don't slag off Manchester.
Well, you do Northerners all the time to me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I slag off Northerners to you, Noel, yes,
Yeah,
but I would
but,
never
yeah,
do that to the listeners of the show.
Different sketch now, though. Now,
Yeah.
now when you're up in the Mecca of the North, eh?
I am, yeah, now I'm a little bit more nervous about ridiculing the people of Manchester. I was saying not ridiculing the people of Manchester, it's you as an individual that I'm attacking. So it's your girlfriend Sarah's birthday, and how did she spend the evening, the eve of her birthday?
Well, no, it's Sarah's birthday today, and I'd just like to wish her happy birthday, Sarah. I love you.
Oh,
Love you.
you actually love her.
But no, we were going to go out for lunch today, but she's been taken ill.
That's
Saved me a
unfortunate.
few quid, I must say.
But you said you found her bent doubled in a corridor.
I found a bed double in the hallway of our sprawling country mansion, sweating. I thought it was just because she'd seen me in me underpants and socks.
Well, that image has got me sweating.
Yeah, who's that? Is that Trevor?
No, that's me, Russell.
Oh, right. No, but she seems to have some kind of virus.
She's got a virus.
Yeah, she thinks well, obviously she's claiming she's caught it off me.
Naturally, yeah.
Well,
if you,
me
if,
being a dirty northerner and all.
one would think, if you're living in a house with you, perpetual illness would be just one of the drawbacks.
Perpetual mental illness is definitely one of them.
The cruelty, the psychological torture, the smell. But no,
Smell?
yeah, well, come on, the way you live.
Well,
No, why are you trying to rocket yourself up the sun's bloody, what is it, their drunkards league or something that they have?
no, because for some reason, you know, like, well, you won't know this because you're lightweight, but like, there's some reason where just like nights out tend to kind of, they all come along at once. You don't go out for months, and all of a sudden you're required to be out, you know, 4 nights in a week. And they put me in the Sun, the Caner of the Year League.
Caner of the Year in
Well, I
the
got
song.
in at number 5, and I'm now hell-bent on getting to number 1 before Christmas.
But with that attitude, you probably will be able to get to number 1.
I would have thought. I mean, but everybody that's above me is only like 21. I mean, they're kind of 20 years my junior, so I should get points added for that kind of.
No, don't ask for a handicap, Noel. That's embarrassing in a competition to be a drunkard. You should be able to take them.
I'm not asking. I'm saying you'd think, wouldn't you?
Who's above you?
The legendary Paris Hilton. I think. One of Girls Aloud.
Girls
It's all girls, actually.
No, if you can't win a competition for drinking booze against Paris Hilton and Cheryl Tweedy, you want to hang up your guitar, you want to hang up your tankard.
Yeah.
Give up the ghost.
Hey, listen, I'll get there by ook or by klook.
Okay, well, you know, so apparently the lifestyle is killing your girlfriend on her birthday, so you might want to slow down a bit.
Well, I might. Well, yeah. Well, in general, anyway.
So, right, we're here in Manchester.
That's right.
It's lovely here. We're having a lovely time of it all. Now, what about this thing you told me that you were on Parky?
Oh, yeah.
And you stuck up for me. What happened?
Well, I was on, obviously, because I've now acquired legendary status.
Naturally, you are, yes.
I've been summoned by Parkinson. Talk about life and death.
When you say summoned by Parkinson, you don't mean the disease.
So, got Parkinson. I'm on with Dustin Hoffman.
Wow.
Geezer.
Was he alright? He always seems
brilliant.
like a laugh.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant, man. And Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
And Parkinson was, he was asking him about this thing that you and him got into a spat at the GQ Awards.
Yeah.
Right? And so Rod was going on that you were saying that you'd bummed his daughter, right?
Never said that.
Right,
Never said that.
and he kind of he was alluding that he'd fronted you out at this award ceremony and blah 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 and all that. And I there was a kind of an awkward silence, and I said, look, I got to say, Russell's my pal, right? And he's a very very cheeky boy, but very little else. He's not,
malicious.
He's not like that. He's a very cheeky boy. And Rod Stewart said, "Oh, he's all mouth and he's all mouth and no trousers." And I said, "He's all mouth and very tight trousers."
Oh, you stuck up for me on Parky.
Yeah, I did. But I mean, whether they edit it out or not, I don't know. But
They better not, because otherwise it will look like you're telling a great big lie.
Well, Sarah, hey, listen. Sarah can back this up. I have no need. I don't need to garner any more favours from you, so anything like that.
That's true. Why
you know
would
what I
you?
mean?
Yeah,
you
that's
owe me big time, anyways.
No, I'm in your debt. I'm in your debt. You're
I'm
doing
not bothered
that,
what you think of me. I'm telling you because I feel like I should.
Thank you. I'm flattered that you stood up and protected me on Parky. When's it going to be on telly?
I think the 26th of November.
26th of November.
Yeah. ITV. 9 o'clock.
ITV 9 o'clock. No Gallagher. All right, we'll tune in for that to see you stand up for me. I was on Bremen, the Bird and Fortune last night, being ridiculed. Apparently, we don't know what the exact content was.
Have you seen? There's your pic. Do you watch? Have I Got News for You?
No.
You know where the panel sitting behind them is all cut-ups of newspapers.
Yeah.
All kind of deformed.
Yeah.
You're in behind Ian Hislop's head.
I'm in behind Ian Hislop's head.
You look like they made you look kind of grotesque, but you can still see it's you.
They've made me grotesque.
Yeah.
What kind of artistic genius could have achieved that?
You can still tell it's you, and how you can still tell it's you, I have no idea, but my missus went, "Is that Russell?" And I went,
Teeth and hair.
I think it is.
Bloody cheek doing that to me.
Oh, no, but hey, man, you've arrived when you're on there.
Sorry?
You've arrived when you're on.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
You're part of culture now, mate.
I'm part of culture, right. And Chris Evans said I'm the voice of my generation. He said that you and him were of your generation.
How dare he align himself with me?
Well, he did.
He's an idiot.
Oh, don't. He's nice.
He's not, he's an idiot.
Is he? Why? No, hold on. No, he went through a lot of stuff, didn't he? Come on, Noel. Let's have a
he
forgiving
went for
nature.
a lot of money.
Yeah, come on. Be nice about everyone.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I've been nice about my missus, and only today because it's her birthday.
Other than that...
She's listening in the West Wing.
Is she in the West Wing?
Sarah, darling.
Oh, Sarah, happy birthday. So did you just do a blow-off for her? That's what it sounded like.
Hey?
It sounded like you went, Sarah, darling. Sounds like you did a little birthday raspberry for her.
No, they're not birthday treats. They're kind of treats of a day anyway.
They're every day. Every day's blow-off day in the Gallagher mansion. What a life you lead.
Indeed.
All right then. So you're definitely coming on our chat show entertainment show on Channel 4 that starts in November. We're doing that thing for junkies on 2nd of November to raise money.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great, man.
It's going to be brilliant. Surge out
I
for
wasn't
saving
looking
the
forward to it at first because I thought, I can't be arsed with this. But now, like, Kasabian are getting up and, it's going to be a good laugh, I think.
Kasabian are going to be there. We've asked a few other people. It'll be a laugh, it will. You're headlining.
I'm really looking forward to that. And,
come on that chat show and all. Come be a guest on that.
I know I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you've already agreed to, and plus, we might want to... Can't we come round your house and do a sketch or something all dressed up?
No, I've told you that. No, there's no...
Come on.
No chance.
Come on, that'd be nice.
I was telling my missus that. I said, he's been on the phone, right, and he's gone, me and Matt will come round to your house and go through your missus's knicker drawer. And she was like that. He's insane.
Yeah.
It was like slightly pervy, but... and I said, I'm kind of up for the idea, but she'd go mental.
You're kind of up for it. All right, what if we stay out of Sarah's knickers? Then surely we can have some sort of a deal. It is her birthday. We'll stay out of them. We're going nowhere near them.
I think Sarah's been displaying too many of her knickers quite recently.
Oh.
It's a private story between me and her. And people in the Groucho.
Crikey, the way you people live, it's a glamorous. Noel, thank you for coming on our Manchester special show.
Is that it?
Well, what do you want? What do you want to do then? All right, say...
Well, we're not... Surely we're not going to dissect Trevor Locke's performance at Shepherd's Bush Empire the other night.
Right, now Noel came along to the recording of our DVD coming out on the 20th of November. Trevor Locke, what did you think of Trev's performance then, Noel?
I mean, I didn't see it, but I'm reliably informed that he died a death there.
Trev, is that true?
That is sadly a lie.
No, it's not a lie, Trevor. I seen him in the bar just after you came off, and you looked...
Yeah,
devastated.
I was devastated. Yeah, it wasn't a death. It was just, I had a very good gig in whatever that city's called, Sheffield, and then they
don't count, mate.
Huh?
Sheffield don't count.
Oh, hello, blimey, War the Roses, cross the Pennines, here he goes, look. Sheffield does count now, come on.
I just set very high standards, Noel, and I was just being honest to you. I thought I could confide in a fellow artist, but no, you've outed me on... thank you very much.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Another way of putting it is, all I heard is you was Tom Tit. That's all.
Mate, you don't want to get into an argument with me again.
What do you mean again?
Oh, he's rolling up his shirt sleeves even higher now. He's got bared arms.
Far be it from me to go antagonising a person who grapples with crooks in the outside cash machines.
Yeah, in a desert. We will never forget this moment. Do you know what? While he's fronting up to Noel Gallagher, famed pop hard man, he's sat wearing a pink shirt and a tie, and he's clutching a mandolin. Honestly, he's got a mandolin in his hands.
Night, didn't he? At Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, he likes that pink shirt, bless him. At least...
I like that pink. He looked good, actually.
Oh, bless you.
He looked a bit like Mickey Pearce, but good.
You do look a lot like Mickey Pearce.
Mickey Pearce.
Rodney's mate from Fools and Horses, yeah. You do look a lot like Mickey Pearce, Trev.
Was that boxer the other week?
Mickey Piper.
Mickey Piper.
You look like him and all.
Mickey Piper, Mickey Pearce. You look like a lot of people.
I'm a chameleon.
You really are, Trevor, you really are.
Play my missus a tune.
What? Dedicated tune to Sarah?
She said she wants you to play a Shout to the Top by the Style Council if you can manage that.
But we only do Manchester bands.
You only do Manchester bands?
Yeah.
He's an honorary Mancunian or Weller, though, isn't he?
Huh?
Weller's an honorary Mancunian.
An honorary one?
Yeah, he's like Klaus Nomi.
All right, then let me see. Play Hand in Glove by the Smiths from me to Sarah.
Oh, yeah, we will play Hand in Glove by the Smiths.
Will you?
Yeah, we will. We'll find it. Yeah, we can find that, can't we? It's a request by Noel Gallagher, come on his girlfriend's birthday, when she spent the night bent double in a corridor. That's not a euphemism. The poor girl's not been well. It's not a sex act. Come on, give him a break. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah. Get well soon. Step out of the delirium that's got you in a relationship with that man. There's a world outside your window, Sarah. Bright, young, handsome men like myself. Come on, love. But she's living, poor cow.
Oh, hang on, she just had a relapse there. So together.
She's just been sick again.
I think she's got diarrhea.
Oh, on her birthday, Noel. Compromising that lady's dignity. Right. Well, the difficult thing about having a phone conversation with Noel Gallagher is that he refuses to relinquish editorial control to us, the people who make the show. Only comes off when it suits him. So we just have to humour him till he's ready to leave.
I'm going because the match is kicking off in a minute. United are going to get a good hammer in today, so I wouldn't miss
United
that.
v
As much as
Liverpool.
I'd love to stay and talk to you reprobates, I'm out of here. Listen, I'm putting the phone on right now.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you, Noel Gallagher. Everyone create atmosphere for him. Woo! Yeah, all right, yeah, Manchester. So much to answer for. We'll find out in glove for him. Get well soon, Sarah. Happy birthday. Right, shall we have a listen to a bit of the old music? The old the old Evo. Yeah? What are we going to listen to then?
Roses.
Stone Roses. Oh, Stone Roses. There you go. Let's have a listen to those fellas. You're listening to Six Music. That was Stone Roses, song from my sugar sponge sister. So, yeah, what a show we're having. It's going ever so well. You enjoying it, Matthew?
Yes.
Trevor, are you enjoying your little self?
No, this is one of the wonderful shows.
It's the best one, really. There's a lot of people here. Are you enjoying yourselves? Yeah!
Loads of people. It looks
amazing.
like All You Need Is Love. You know when the Beatles.
It does look like
yeah,
all
yeah,
we need is stuff.
yeah.
Someone should be filming these things, at least taking photos of them. We'll never remember these days, remembering how frail
So unlike
dotage.
you to say someone should be filming this.
How unlike me. Right, we're talking about that Sonic Enigma, what Trevor done. It's the Sonic Enigma. Is it Rama Lama Ding Dong? Rocky Sharp on the replay, says Keith from Grays Essex, where I'm
Yes,
from.
well done.
No, we know it's the wrong answer, because I wouldn't be reading it out, would I?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, guys. Is the Sonic Enigma Paranoid Android by Radiohead? That's from
good as well.
Matt Rules, John
is.
from Tunbridge Wells. Matt Rules.
No rules.
Love the show. Matt Rules. I was saying Matt Rules independently.
Who, me?
He likes you, John from Tunbridge Wells does,
I
mate.
like
He
him
thinks
now.
you rule. You're easily won over, aren't you? So there's good answers. A lot of people are making some very good inquiries.
Brilliant. I mean, that's the genius of this Sonic Enigma. It's so ambiguous, you know, it opens it up to a lot
The
of
genius
ideas.
is its ambiguity.
No, that's the weakness.
What about these things about single life that keep playing? I'm not having a go at single life, but these little sketches about it all the time that keep
They're odd,
happening.
aren't
Yeah, they're strange.
It's sort of like
to
how
hear
to
'em.
be single, isn't it? It's like Blue Peter.
It's easy to be single.
Why is
Just
it- I think it's
stay
more
at
about
home.
being lonely than being single.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
How to
horrible
be
when you're
lonely.
lonely. I remember when like, what it was I was on the dole and there was nothing to do. I just was at home eating Weetabix all the time. Loads of Weetabix. They weren't even very nice. Eating 4 at once, that's too much, isn't it?
Yeah, do you remember and
have
Dogs
to
with
put
Jobs
them
that comes on and you've
Yeah! That's out of order. Don't put a programme called Dogs with Jobs on at 11 o'clock, where if you're unemployed, and then Dogs with Jobs comes on, oh, even dogs have got jobs! It's unbelievable!
That's the funniest. Dogs
Sandy
with Jobs.
helps. Without Sandy, this ambulance driver will be at a loss. Whereas Russell is eating 4 Weetabix and then watching
What sort of
Richard and
ambulance
Judy.
driver is helped by a dog?
I don't know, maybe they sniff someone out of a mine or something. A mine's caved in and a dog sniffs them out. I don't know how it works.
You idiot.
I ain't never had a dog what done a job. I've had a dog what done a job here, and a very different experience, and equally valid. Is it Living Doll by Cliff Richard, says Benny G.
Well, that's absurd. What a ridiculous...
Don't attack the listeners, Trevor!
Well, if they keep sending in such absurd answers, what do you expect me to do?
What I expect you to do,
Yeah,
Trevor,
what
is
do you
be
expect?
polite and decent and perhaps even a little bit romantic. Tuck your shirt in, you beast.
I shall not. I shall completely untuck it
Trevor,
now.
your hair's getting far too long. I know I'm
Yeah,
not one to
Oh,
talk.
just come on with the attacks.
Look at
now.
it. He's got a rat's tail at the
I
back.
don't have a rat's tail.
Trevor!
This is the problem. You see, I went to a hairdresser.
You look like you work at a fairground. Only because of an equal opportunities remit. Not attacking people who work at fairgrounds, it's a good job. The Sonic, I remember a lad at our school ran away with a fair. He was called Tim.
He ran
and his
away
dad
with
was
the
his
fair?
dad was a teacher. He just suddenly effed off and got a job in the fair. Just goes,
Doing what?
don't know, I think he might have swirled them teacups round or something. I don't know.
Swirled them teacups round.
Something like that. I can't
Fortune
remember.
teller's assistant.
No! Zack them ride, the teacups.
Oh, okay. I
Is
thought-
the Sonic Enigma Ask by the Smiths? Is it Trevor?
No, it isn't. As if it would be a Smiths one.
But we're going to be listening to Smiths later because Noel Gallagher's requested it for his lovely girlfriend Sarah on her birthday, and she ain't well, bless her, poor cow. Now, what should we listen to? Oh, Hazel's on the line, who has got the right answer for Sonic Enigma. Or has she? We don't know. That's the thing with enigmas. They're very difficult to pin down. We'll never be truly aware if she's a winner or not. Are you there then, Hazel, there?
I am.
Hazel, darling. Are you all right, my dear?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Well, I feel particularly proud today of some of my achievements. As a cub, for example, I didn't get any badges except the ones you get for joining, but by gum, I looked good in that outfit. Sometimes I still wear it, and although I come out of those shorts, and although the jumper looks silly, it don't stop me sweating angrily in a bus depot, demanding I be treated the same as everybody else. Hazel! Where are you, Hazel?
I'm in Kings Langley.
What's it like there? Is it nice being you?
It's raining at the moment.
Silly old universe raining on us.
Standing in a shed.
You're standing in a shed?
Yeah,
Why?
because I work in a pub and I'm out in the garden.
You work in a pub and you're out in the garden, you're standing in a shed?
Can you listen to this in a pub?
That's good.
yeah.
You've
Yeah,
got it on in a
kitchen.
pub?
You got it on in the pub?
In a kitchen, in a pub. You're on in a pub.
It's my boss's favourite radio station.
Good on your boss. Your
Because it
boss.
plays good music.
It's a good radio station. We play good stuff. Your boss, I don't want to belittle the achievements of Christ, but your boss is better than him. Or as good. Let's say as good. Let's not upset people. As good. Fair. Jesus wouldn't mind. He was a very nice
He would,
fella.
yeah.
No, he was all right. He'd done a lot of
No,
good
you're right,
things
you're
for the poor and that. Now, so now then, I like the name Hazel a lot.
The interesting thing about the name Hazel... It's the only English Christian name which is also the name of a nut.
Yeah, it's great.
No, it ain't. Pistachio.
That's not a Christian name, you nincompoop.
It is. Because I know some little things what's called it, Trev.
What
What
are
I
they
have for
called
my
then?
din-dins. Pistachios. And then there's cashews and peanuts.
Just name
They're not
nuts,
names,
you nitwit.
And also
Nothing as good as
almonds.
the hazelnut.
Almonds.
Who's called their kid Almond?
Mark Almond!
Christian name. I said Christian
Mark Almond!
That's a surname. Anyone can tell that. It
Trevor,
comes
you are
second.
homophobic. Get out of this studio. He's allowed to do what he wants. Go on, get out of here. Good, I'm glad you've gone. You dirty homophobe. People can do what they like.
I'm the one who's had a sort of experience.
So have I. I diddled that fella in the lavvy, didn't I?
That was a stunt for television.
And it's been banned from the airwaves.
And you're not going to keep going on about
I'm
it.
not going to keep going on about it in case it destroys the old reputation that's already dangerously associated with sex. Oh, yeah. So, Hazel, if that is your real name, Hazel, Hazel, Hazel's name is derivative of a nut. So, Hazel, right then, you think you know the answer to Trev's Sonic Enigma. What makes you think you have the right to come on here answering Sonic Enigmas?
Because I think you're great.
Thank you. You do have the
all
right
right.
to do as you please. Now, Hazel, I think we've got some news coming up. Like, things have been happening in the world, things beyond our control. So, you have to tell us the answer, love. What do you think it is?
She's Electric by Oasis.
Is it She's Electric, Trev? Yeah! Oh my God, yes! Create atmosphere! There's whoa, yes! There's people getting off with each other! It's disgusting in here, it's like Woodstock! Blimey, people have never been so happy! Okay, Hazel, well done. Your
Thank
prize,
you.
should you choose to accept it, is to turn up at our studio with up to 15 of your mates. Alright, Trevor, is it alright if some gay people come, Trevor, or are you against that?
If any gay people turn up in that studio with Hazel, they will be asked to leave.
Bring gay people!
Someone's asking here, will a male ever win the Sonic Enigma?
Well, depends if Trevor can do.
What is that?
Why? I mean, it's a coincidence, isn't it? That all
Every
people
week.
that
I don't
win
choose
Sonic
the winners.
Enigma are sexually compatible
I
with
think-
Trevor.
Isn't that a hangover from our old lifestyles?
Might be a little hangover. Trevor, you sickening beast. Right, Hazel, bring along male friends, big butch fellas we want in string vests that do blow-offs.
Right,
and
we've
that.
got to have some news now.
Right, Hazel, well done, you've won. You are honoured yourself and your community and your school and the pub that plays that music. Trev, what are you saying?
We need a news challenge, quickly.
We need a news challenge.
The word
right.
Hazel, Hazel.
Right, you've got to get the word Hazel in the news and as many nut names as you can. Dear Flora Watkins. Flora Watkins. She tells us stuff from around the world. Flora Watkins, it's the news. By thunder, that were elbow doing record out of their mouths and brains and whatnot. What a show it's been so far. You've been enjoying it, Cockety
Oh,
Locks.
it's been remarkable. Oh, Manchester. Lancashire, in fact. The whole of
the whole
Lancashire.
area, I mean the whole region. You're right, Matthew?
Yes.
Good. There's a lot of people in here. All of you go, hooray! Look at that.
Blimey.
And it was them doing it listlessly. It
Very
still sounded
listless.
quite good. A bit listless, but the sheer numbers, you know. Now, we've got a special guest in the studio. Trevor, would you like to say a little bit about our guest before I introduce him?
A little bit, yeah. His name is Gideon Conn, and he's a very excellent singer that I met at the One Taste Festival down in Balham.
Why was it called the One Taste Festival, Trevor? Is it because
I've
once
no
you've
idea.
seen you think, well, I'm going home?
No, I have no idea. It's an odd name for a festival. It's really good. G was there. G did his
G,
poetry.
who normally does the poetry, but he ain't here today because we're up in Manchester. So, all right. So, let's welcome Gideon with atmosphere. Welcome, Gideon. All right. Yes, atmosphere. Gideon, I noticed that in the corridor, mate. You were busying yourself with an artistic endeavour. How come?
Because I'm a painter.
Oh, I like you, mate. You're unusual, aren't you?
Slightly.
What is it? You've got an unusual nature. Like, you do it like paintings and that.
Comes from my family upbringing.
Right, okay. Well,
They fed me very well. We ate a lot of vegetables.
Aha! It's the veg, it's all in the minerals and the iron and whatnot. It's made you lovely. You've got a good, your soul beams out through your eyes all nice and bright. Good quality to have. A lot of people, you look in their cold, lifeless eyes. I'm thinking of some of the people in the studio now. Trevor Locke, evil little homophobe that he is. Did you know, Trevor, when you were making those outrageous slurs against Mark Almond and that, we've got 4 young lesbian girls here? Did you know that, Trevor? Look at that, cheering, Sappos, cheering the
we're
idea
in
of
a gang
lesbianism.
together because I'm part of their gang.
You are not going to ever... Don't have Trevor in your lesbian gang. What? You're going to dress him up in drag and take him to lesbian parties?
Yeah.
Okay. Gideon, so you're as well as being, you've done a nice painting of today's scene, and is that going to be part of your exhibition in Liverpool that you're doing?
It certainly is.
Brilliant. So you're a multi-talented Renaissance man, and you put it all down to vegetables. A lot of Trevor's worst problems come down to vegetables. Mind you, you are supposed to in your mouth. Now, Gideon, what are you going to do for us? A lovely little song?
We're going to do a song, I say we, because my friend John Jonahue's joining me on banjo.
He's going to join you on a banjo?
Yeah, and we're going to do a song called The Band Will Find a Way Into Your Heart.
Oh, brilliant.
This is a great song.
Well, are we all ready for this?
Yeah.
Should we create atmosphere to welcome this song into happening? All right, here we go. Gideon Cron, The Band Will Provide its way into your heart. Here it goes, look.
The band will play, and they will find their merry way into your heart. They will sing their song, and you will follow it along from the start. They will play their tune, and it will fly you to the moon on wings apart. Because the band will find their way into your heart. But it's bound to be dippy-dippy-dippy-dip-bump. You give me a mouthful, I feel it was gum. I wanna eat my biscuit without even a crumb. Then I'll kiss you on the titties, I'll tickle your tongue. Role play with the fairy, and I'll be the sugar plum. Try to the tricky, but my fingers turn to thumbs. Better keep on bouncing, better keep on bouncing. 12 times 7 plus 111 equals 195. My brain's gone to overdrive. Giving it up to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. But it's bound to be dippy-dippy-dippy, but now everything about you got me wondering how. I'm falling for you paratrooper style. I'm on a roll, on the ground. My troop movement, global patrol. Cooperate with me cause you're a prisoner of war. Camouflage, I'm massaging, find out where you are. Better keep on bouncing, better keep on bouncing. 26 times 11 plus 107 equals 393. What's the probability that you are gonna get with me? We'll just have to wait and see. Love doesn't work mathematically. Giving it out to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. Our sound is going round and round inside your head. You might not get it out before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning with your nasty breath. Brush it around with the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. Our sound is on the decks of the nightclub in your town. You know you dance to it because your feet flip-flop around. You jump into the air and touch down on the ground. Giving it up to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-go, ya-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-go. Bidi-bip-bip-bidi-doo, a-boo-lee-lee-loo-lee-loo-loo-loo. Giving it up to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. The band will play, and they will find their merry way into your heart. They will sing their song, and you will follow it along from the start. They will play their tune, and it will fly you to the moon on wings apart. Because the band will find their way into your heart. Giving it up to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. Giving it up to the new bop sound. Each and every one of us is gonna get down. Because the band will find their way into your heart.
Woohoo! Gideon Cron! All right! Beautiful music! That is the sound of Gideon Cron's mind and brain now! Fantastic! What a fantastic performance. Minds me a little bit like Jeffrey Lewis and like Mouldy Peaches, all them sort of New York, new folk type things. All mad and interesting it must be inside your noggin. But you did it quite near the beginning and said, titties, you filthy monkey. We all looked around a bit nervous. Trevor did a little blow off. But it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So what's happening? Have you got a deal?
No.
I just meant a drug deal. Well, I'm sure you'll get one. It's bloody good. Very original, very nice. Enjoyed it enormously. Thank you very much. Okay, so...
Also, there was some rapping there.
All right, now, come on.
Do it.
I'll
Stop
do it
being
in
a
minute.
coward. Do
you
it now.
Don't tell
Do
me to
it
be
now.
a coward, you pervert. You can't even go out and meet people in a normal fashion.
I do. I'm at a barmaid.
Hovering round lock and key parties like a modern day Jack
Doing
the
my
Ripper.
job, giving up a Thursday night to go. Who's tapping something?
Stop that tapping, you lunatics. Who was that? What is that? If someone pointed a finger, was that you? Don't just tap things. One of these lunatics in here. It is like...
It's because you've created a nervous atmosphere with that thing hanging out your flies. You've got to tell the listeners now.
That is my genitals. Now, what it is, right?
It's a clanger.
We found a clanger. Well, thank you, Matthew. It's very flattering. I certainly am a lucky boy. Mother Nature's been very kind.
Yes.
You know that kids' TV show that used to be on called The Clangers? They're like sort of their pink things. They used to go, ooh, I think. Right? Certainly they're doing it now. Right? It's sort of like, anyway, it's got long little thin pink legs and a long pink nose. I thought it'd be amusing if I put it in my flies and have it as like warped genitalia.
Looks very funny.
It does look funny, but I think it might have been the same judgment that led me to impress a 10-year-old by weeing on some hot coals in a sauna. Sometimes my judgment is a bit skew. But like, there'll be photos up on the website of what I'm looking like. So anyway, yeah, it does undermine my authority. Say there was a moment where I had to go, Matt, for God's sake, just concentrate on what you're meant to be doing. And I still had those on. Would really undermine me. Okay, let's now, for heaven's sake, let's play hand in glove this is for Noel and Sarah. Happy birthday, Sarah. Get well soon, and for God's sake, the part of your wellness ought to be find a new sexual partner. What must it be like? Heathen chemistry, him rutting and groaning on top of you, you poor mare. It's a miracle she's not in perpetual state of sickness. Hand in glove there for Sarah and Noel. Here it is. Let's listen and think about the message behind it, like, you know. There will be, that was the Smiths there, hand in glove, that's for Noel and Sarah. There is mayhem in here. There will be no rap. Stop trying to make me rap. I had an awful childhood.
Do a rap.
What have I got to do a rap for?
Because you promised last night on stage.
Because you promised. Well, let me tell you something about life, Matt Morgan. People let you down. Firemen don't come when they're supposed to. Birthday cakes catch fire. Dogs wee on you. Things happen. Clangers look like genitals. It's a crazy old world. Gideon Conn comes on here and says titties in his first bit. Good though, isn't he? What an unusual performer. Brilliant. Oh, rap, you say. Well,
what are you doing with that?
I'm just moving the microphone about. I likes it.
Well, come on then. Let's hear it.
What have I got to do? I mean, I don't think people really want to hear a rap, do they?
Oh, I think they do.
Oh, no.
Do it, Russell.
Oh, surely not. What, a little rap from little old Russ?
Yeah.
Old Russ, a dandy, a man that belongs to the Victorian era, embracing that most modern of the art forms, hip-hop. Hippity-hop. I'm not doing an original rap. I'm not writing one.
Oh, no, of course not.
Because that's horrible.
That'd be tragic.
White person like me who talks like that, doing oh, hello, I'm doing a show. I don't know which way to go. Might make people taste sick in their mouths. Who needs that? Well, go on in. What? I've done one on the podcast.
Do it again.
Was that cut out? No. That was in the podcast,
no,
see?
Right, Russell, just do it, but don't, because there was swear words in it. Cut them out. Change
Okay,
them.
so where am I going to cut out? What am I?
Just cut out the
I'm
swear
not
words.
Tupac.
Do it, come on.
Hold on. Oh, I can't think of no raps.
Do the
rap
same
like
one.
G does a rap G does a poem.
That is a poem.
G does a poem. You
Are
can
you
do
adding
a rap.
racism now to your list? Because G is black, any poem he has to do is a rap. Is that so? You hate lesbians, you hate black people. What kind of a man are you?
This is a free country, Russell Brand. Now, why don't you do a rap that sums up the poem like G does a poem?
I'm
that
not
sums
doing.
up
I'm not doing original rap material.
Do that Snoop one that you know off by heart.
What, my Snoop Dogg? I can do a lot of Snoop Doggy Dogg things. Why are you going like that for?
Because look at the way you're floundering to get out of it.
I don't flounder. I'm a very relaxed broadcaster, voice of a generation, some would say.
Don't
Now,
let that go to your head. You'll lead this generation into the sea.
to the sea! Let's all replace our genitals with clangers and march into the ocean. I believe there to be a forgotten kingdom where we all may live in a sort of kind of peace. What? Do you really want a bit of a rap? Is that what it's going to take? What, in what sort of accent should I do it in?
Children's entertainer.
I'm not doing
Would you like to hear a rap?
What, like a Manchester accent? Manchester, so much to answer for. Oh, okay then. I mean, if it's what people want, I will do this. I believe this was by
get on with it.
a young man. He calls himself Slimity Shady and the M&Ms. He's a very talented young fella. Had a difficult time growing up in a caravan, from what I understand.
This is all very entertaining. It's not a rap.
It's kind of a rap. The only
Come on.
All right, I'm doing a rap. Now, there might be sex words in it.
Just do it.
That is the nature of hip-hop.
Change it.
Okay, this is a little rap that I likes to call I believe it called The Way I Am by Slimity Shady, the rapper artist. I sit back and relax with this pack of zigzags and this bag of this weed that gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth. And this buff, I've been cursed with this curse to just curse and just blurt this berserk and bizarre shit that works. And it sells and it helps in itself to dispense all these sentences. Getting this stress has been eating me recently off of this chest and I rest again peacefully. At least have the dignity in you, leave me alone when I'm eating with sleep. Come on, there's been a lot of stuff in there. I've said the S word twice. I mean, it is a kind of rap. What do you people want from me?
It just sounds, for me, but
that is a very faithful rendition.
Someone shouting.
Well, that's what your granddad would say about rap.
Come on.
That was rap.
There was good. There was a moment where I thought, this is good.
Well, that's enough then. I fulfilled my obligation, right? I've done a bit of a rap.
It was good.
It was very
well
good.
done.
Can I have a round of applause for me rap? Never let it be said that I do not fulfil my obligation to
That's
our
really good.
audience and listeners.
Next week, yodeling.
Yodeler. I sit back and relax. My back is exact. Alright, so, okay, that's been some rapping there. Now, Trev, the answer to your Sonic Enigma, as I understand, was She's Electric by a little band called the Oases.
That's right, She's Electrical by Oasis.
She's Electric, and that was what that Sonic Enigma was all about.
That was all about that.
A lot of the answers you got, Paranoid Android, a lot of very good, Our Friends Electrics.
They could have fitted.
All could have fitted in. Well, it's been a fantastic show from Manchester. How we love the city of Manchester, city of Oasis, city of Joy Division, city of the Smiths. What a wonderful town, what a wonderful place, what a wonderful time we've had. Have you enjoyed it here, Matthew Mulgan?
I really have.
It's wonderful here, ain't it, Cockatee Locks?
Oh, this is the best place ever.
It's a wonderful, wonderful show. People
stay
of Manchester, thank you very much for coming here. We'll be back next week. We'll be in London next week.
Yep.
Back in London next week.
No.
Thank you very much. Don't complain about London. That's where we're from, you silly thod. You've got to go back there. Part of your conditions. Right, okay, now then, you lot. Give it, right, so people of Manchester, let's have a lovely cheer to end the show. We're going into She's Electric. Thank you, Manchester. Cheer your little lungs out. She's Electric by Oasis. Listen to us next week.